and welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined for this intro, Mr Olympia Shawn Rhoden. Yay! Shawn!
Yes, sir.
How you doing, mate? How's things?
Things are great. Can't complain. It's a brand new year. Super excited. 2021. 2020 was a long year. I think we all could agreed up on that with the pandemic worldwide. New year, new beginning, and a chance for us all to just breathe, hopefully.
Yep.
And the second half of the year.
Of course. Also, mate, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, Valentine's Day to each and one, and hope you guys are having a wonderful time.
Yep.
To your loved ones.
Yeah. So you and Laura Lee had a lovely day today. What have you? I suppose are you on lockdown now? Because you live out kind of out on the outskirts now, don't you? So you're able to. What's the situation there?
Well, yesterday was Laura Lee's birthday.
Of course, yeah. Happy birthday.
Today's Valentine's Day, so it's a long, amazing. I should say it's going to be a great 4 or 5 days of celebrating both occasions.
It's a very expensive weekend for you two, mate. It's like when someone's birthday and Christmas is right next to each other. It's like, shit.
Yeah, Christmas, birthday, Valentine's Day, just kind of, New Year's just kind of roll into one. But thankful, we've been in Vegas, the past 2 days.
Oh, nice.
Took a drive up from LA, so, things are able to, go to some really nice restaurants, while visiting some friends. So, just enjoying the moment.
Good. Did I see sushi on your Instagram in Vegas?
We had, that was, when were we there last night? No, we had Italian.
Oh, you're Italian?
Night.
Okay.
And that might have been the salmon with shrimp or something that, she ordered a plethora of food and I just sat back and watched.
So who ate the most then, mate? Come on.
She does. At any given day.
Wow, okay.
Any given day, hands down, high metabolism, can eat anyone under or above the table. Sunday to if there was an 8th day of the week.
Yeah. Well,
but that's a good thing for me, because it's because I eat a lot, so it's hard if you're with someone, that you go out to eat and they go, "Can I have a salad?" And you kind of look like a pig.
Yeah. I don't think personally I couldn't go out with a girl that went out and ordered a salad. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's just kind of like one of those things. Like you could have stayed home. I could have had this delivered. So
exactly.
You need someone that could, eat and is not afraid to eat and is not afraid to look you in the eyes and go, "Are you going to have that last piece of bread?" For me, it's a good thing. That means like, okay, we're good.
That's
You me when I'm, gouging my face and everything on the table.
Yeah.
And go, "Good Lord, what's wrong with this guy?" So it's great 4 or 5 days. And, the reason why we're here is so that we could take advantage of, just amazing restaurants here in Vegas, so, take advantage of it.
So how far, because you live out in this, because you're kind of like me and Lauren, you kind of moved out into the sticks a little bit. So how far are you from Vegas then? I didn't realize you were that close.
Probably like a 4.5, 5 hour drive.
Oh, still quite a decent drive then.
Yeah, it's a nice drive, especially we came like in the middle of the night when there was no traffic.
Okay.
Or it's literally, if we flew here last year, because we had a friend that was competing, and it was probably a 40 minutes flight, if that long. Like we put the seatbelt on, we were landing.
Yeah.
But driving up here, Flex Lewis moved here also, so we had a chance to meet up with him. So,
Yeah.
and chit chat it. You don't even realize how fast time is going.
Yeah.
Don't you have?
Do you not fancy moving to Vegas? You said, because I think Milos has just moved there. Obviously, Jay Cutler's there. Hidetada and Iris are there. Do you not fancy maybe, or do you prefer being out in the kind
this? I mean, it's a nice place to be. I mean, honestly, it's like even LA and a couple other states just moving here. The market is booming. Flex is trying to add a little bit more to the culture and kind of make the dragon layer, like the macro of bodybuilding now. So I think that, I mean, I wouldn't mind being here, to be honest. We'll see what the future holds. Because it's no state tax.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's handy.
You get to save some money, living out here.
Yeah.
But we're just enjoying the week, the occasions, and this is our second trip since New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And again, it's just a nice little drive to get away from mostly everything locked down in LA.
Yeah, of course. I think a lot of people want to leave LA because of the situation going on, and there seems to be a lot of stressful situations going on in that particular area of the world.
How was that? How was everything down in the UK?
It's Kalim's laughing. It's locked down, but I mean, I'm unaffected because I kind of live out in the sticks. But I mean, obviously we got no gyms. Gyms are still shut. We'll talk about that in a little bit actually. Because we've had Nathan De Asha on this episode, and of course he's been having a lot of hassles trying to keep his gym open. But it's kind of January, February. It's so cold anyway. I don't think many people want to go out right now. But yeah, we're on like our third lockdown here, mate.
Wow. Well, hopefully all this will get better soon.
Yeah.
For gyms, but you look at a lot of small businesses are going to be lost, because of everything that's going on, and understand that there's a virus and their lives, and that's been taken, but at the same time, we have folks that's losing their livelihood as well, and hoping for the better at this point. That hey, it's 2021, and hopefully things could subside where we could have a better environment all around. And we just have to wait and see and do our best.
Yeah. Individual responsibility.
Do our best.
Well? Yeah. So I saw on your Instagram you were shoulder pressing 315 quite easily, mate. I was quite impressed by that. I was like, 3 plates, that's not bad.
I'm motivated.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. And
did you say inspired or retired? So you broke up
inspired.
there. Inspired. Thank God for that. Sorry, you nearly give me a heart attack then, mate. Sorry. Because you broke up a little bit there, and I was like, I didn't quite get what you said then, so I'm glad you clarified that. Thank you so much.
I'm inspired.
Good. Good.
I took, somewhat of a break towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
And, Laura was, getting ready, and I think the focus, was just watching her and helping her, and, it was better off being in a supporting role, as, part of the team. And right now it's just trying to, there's game shape, and then there is, I told Flex yesterday that, I trained with him, and I was like, that feeling where you're lifting but you're not training.
Right.
I was like, I'm lifting. And probably this is the strongest I've been.
Wow.
And I'm having some really great workouts, some really good lifts, but I'm not training yet.
Okay.
It's surprising to me, because I've never been caught up in how much I lift. but I find myself, at this, point where I'm scratching my head going, did I really just do that?
Yeah.
Like that just happened, and don't have the aches and pains or any of that, just lifting.
Do you think the break did you good? You said you had a little bit of a break. Do you think that did you good, and now you're feeling fresh?
It's done me wonders,
Yeah.
because I put it into perspective as since 2012, I've pretty much done shows before, because I was doing, there's a couple of times I did shows before the Olympia,
Yep.
into the Olympia, and then after the Olympia. So
Mm.
there were a couple of years where I was doing like 8, 9 shows, like back-to-back years.
Did,
And I think my body at some point was like, okay, like, take the foot off the gas for a minute.
yeah.
I have, this young lady that's kicking my butt every day. Still, my Charles Glass, and, I see those, we've been in contact almost every single day. Just trying new diets, new food patterns,
Hmm.
just trying to put herself in a position of, hey, how far can we take this old beat up car? And it's been great.
Oh, beat up car. Come on. So who are you training with? Are you still training with the gym owner?
No, I'm training with Laura.
Oh, you training with Laura? Okay, so you're the one who films her full workouts. Because, I mean, she does some serious workouts. There's like 10 different exercises. I mean, I didn't even know that was that many exercises.
I'm the camera guy.
You're the camera guy. So you're a bag carrier at the Olympia, and you're a camera guy in the week.
Camera guy. I mean, you name it. I'll take the plates off and put the plates on. But she's, I don't know, it's like, yep, there's only certain guys that you, in my opinion, I feel as if I could train with.
Yeah.
So I'm never in competition with the guys that I train with. I don't care if they go in the gym and lift a ton. I'm like, hey, good job. That's not going to push me. That's not going to motivate me because the person I'm with is lifting more. That depends on me. Like, all that is on me.
Yeah.
For me, is having someone that, a good spotter, and someone that pushes without yelling,
Yeah.
screaming at you. For me, I'm like, we're done. Like,
But answer me this, though. Does she click her fingers at you when she needs her weights moving? Does she do this? Sean, click. Weights moving.
not
Come
even that. She literally just give you that look. Like,
on. Fantastic. Nice.
and in that voice, like, 5 more. And I'm like,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, but I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's like 5 more. And I'm like, is that a true 5, or is that like, you're going to tell me 5 and then I still got to push for 2 more? So I think that's been, part of the plan of just, having that extra push and that extra motivation. Is willing to understand, like, how focused you are. Someone to understand what we do.
Yeah.
And understand, like, it takes a lot more than just going to the gym and pick up a 5-pound dumbbell. Like, you can lift for 5 pounds, but what are you going to do, in that time frame that you're lifting that 5 pound? It's, you're going to do slow reps, fast reps, holds. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that 5 pound. And it's having that person that understand, okay, we're going to activate this muscle even with 5 pounds.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to scream at you. We're just going to do it.
Yeah, because I've seen you a very focused, very intense trainer, but there's very little. You're quite quiet. You're quite. You could quite easily miss you in the gym. Because you're covered head to toe. You're just kind of quietly in the corner, getting on with it.
That's me. I'm like, hey, I don't want. You have to see me. I was like, I always tell people that I want you to see me on stage.
Yeah.
I don't care if you see me in the gym. I don't care if you think I'm fat in the off season, but when it's time to get on stage, I want you to be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
What's that? we were at the gym, and the other day, and this guy said to me, he goes, the funny thing, he's like, I've followed you for years. He goes, one, I thought you were taller at stage. Two, I thought you were a lot smaller with your clothes on.
Yeah.
He goes, but every time I see you, I'm like, on stage, I'm like, holy shit, he's huge.
Yeah.
And that's the effect that I want, you know. So that's the reason why I never walk around the gym like most guys in a tank top, and because I'm like, it does me no good. It does nothing for me. I don't need my egos to be boosted. Like, you know, that's my ammo. It's, you have a purpose and a reason why you're in the gym, and that's, you know, I'm a bodybuilder. What you do? I'm supposed to be working in, you know, carving out, you know, and, you know, building a physique that is seen on stage. On the stage.
Yeah.
But we spent an entire year building for 15 minutes.
Damn right. So let's talk about the Olympia. Obviously, you were there for Laura. What did you think of the new venue? What had been, obviously, because that was a huge thing. I mean, switching it to 5 weeks out, saying we're taking it to Orlando. What was your feelings on what it was like as a venue?
Well, you know, first for me, I'm like, Vegas is give you that Olympia feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you know, it's Olympia.
Ronnie said the same. Ronnie said the same.
It's like, you know, in my mind, that's what you think. You're like, you're going through the process, and you're like, when you get to Vegas, it's like, you don't have to see the venue.
Yeah.
But it's just in the air, like, okay, I'm at the Olympia. So for me, it was a little bit different, a little bit strange being in Orlando. But I must say, the convenience of having everything in one place was awesome. Like, you know, the proximity to the hotel, to the show, it's like literally like walking across the street.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty much attached to the hotel.
Okay. Obviously, because I couldn't get there, so I was like, oh, I'm just. Do you think they'll move it? Do you think they'll keep it there, or what's your feelings?
I mean, I would, to be honest. As much as I love Vegas, I think the proximity to everything was for the athletes.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to remember, in Vegas, it's like the Olympia is at the Orleans, the Expo is at the Convention Center. So you're like, you know, just everything was so much easier. Like, even the hotel, like, you know, just for people that has, like, you know, grocery shopping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So easy. Like, it's more of a relaxing atmosphere.
Okay.
And not a lot of walking.
Okay.
It's like we literally was like elevator, down the corridor, literally across the street, up the escalator, and boom.
Fantastic.
Show. And everything was just right there. So I think the convenience athlete, you know, was amazing. Like, no stress.
So what was your feelings when you saw Ramy? I mean, do you have any inkling that he was going to really nail it this time?
Yes, because
oh, you did.
I had a glimpse from Chad.
Okay. When you say a glimpse, was it a photo or did you see him in the flesh?
I saw photos.
Okay.
And it was nothing like I've seen. And I've competed against Ramy a lot. So when, you know, Chad was, you know, showed me a couple of pictures, I was like, holy crap. It's like, okay, like this is going to be quite interesting. And I mean, I've said for years, you know, Ramy doesn't need to be a bodybuilder. You know, he's the biggest bodybuilder on stage to begin with.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need 300 pounds. You know, I think, well, Ronnie at his best was never 300 pounds on stage.
True.
But he was peeled inside out.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, seeing Ramy in that condition before the show, I'm like, okay, like this is going to be a battle.
Yeah.
And Phil was coming back, Brandon, so the bright lights, the tan and everything else just kind of bring that together. And I mean, he looks amazing. I mean, he looks really amazing. But we'll see.
Yep. Do you think he can win more than one?
We'll see.
God. Okay, that's a good answer. So what was your feelings on Phil's comeback, if you want to call it that? Because obviously he had 1 year out.
Okay, let's see. Phil. He looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Care to elaborate or?
7 times Mr. Olympia. I think he has done his due diligence, and can't take anything away from that. In my opinion, I think maybe needed more time. There's something was off. He was a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It was a little bit smaller, and I think he was missing that pop. That Phil has a certain pop about him, like it's Phil. Like when he has that. I mean, he has everything else. He had the swag. He had the same demeanor, but I think he was missing that killer pop that when he walks out and
the 3D.
He was missing that 3D look.
Yeah. He was in good condition though, wasn't he? Very good condition. Everything was sharp. Everything was tight. It was like, but like you said, we're always comparing him to those 2011, 2012, 2013.
That's the hard part. It's you're only as good as your last show, and I think that people remember that. And for 7 times Mr. Olympia, I think we even looking great, we go back and we like, but the fill off the fill of 2012 was, but the fill of 2011, we have that in mind because that's what we expect, from any champion. It's like watching Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan left the Bulls and went to Washington to play. We were like, it's not the same Jordan.
Yeah.
It's missing that. As you said, he was missing, in my opinion, that 3D, pop about it. But I mean, his condition was on point.
Yeah.
It's smaller, and for me, I'm never going to take anything away from, an athlete because I know how hard we all work to get on stage, and I know the time that we put in, and we all have that one goal is to be the best in that day.
Yeah.
And sometimes we miss that mark, and me in 2017, I missed that mark.
Yeah.
It wasn't by much, but I missed that mark by a little.
Yeah.
And you just said, okay, I can be better. I just feel as if Phil doesn't really have anything to prove to anyone. He's 7 times Mr. Olympia. How many people could say that?
See, I said this, I had Samir Banu on the show last week, and when he was talking about, I could have won more, I should have won more, I was robbed. And I said, yeah, but mate, I says, you're one of, like yourself, you're one of only 16 men in the last 56 years that has, well, actually, it's not even the 16 people that have a Sandow, because the first one was in 77. So however many since Frank Zane have got a Sandow, to let alone call themselves Mr. Olympia. You've got one, Samir had one, Phil's got 7. That is something that will never be taken away from you. And when we talk about Ronnie Coleman, we don't say, oh, that was Ronnie Coleman who got 4th place at the 2007 Olympia. We say, there's the 8-time Mr. Olympia. You will always be Mr. Olympia, Sean. Just like Phil.
I tell people, listen, whether I won one Mr. Olympia or 10 Mr. Olympia, I'm freaking Mr. Olympia.
Exactly. It's exactly my point.
I don't care what the number is in front of it, 1 or 10.
Number 14.
Exactly. I am always will be Mr. Olympia.
Always.
That's like all the guys in the history of this sport that has never qualified for the Olympia. And then you look at all the guys that qualified for the Olympia but never made it to the Olympia stage.
Correct.
And he said all the guys that qualified for the Olympia made it to the Olympia stage, but never made it past 16 for years. And then he looked at a handful of guys that went to the Olympia and was in the top 5. Any one of those guys that made the top 5, well, the top 4 out of 5 that never actually had a title could have been Mr. Olympia. And then you looked at the few guys, the 16 or 16 guys that could call themselves Mr. Olympia. You'd be an idiot to, let me rephrase that. It would be unwise for you to tell yourself that. And, you know, I could have, would have, I should have. At the end of the day, you're like, you've accomplished something that only a few of us can say that we have.
Bingo.
There are guys out there that's still trying to this day, like, just want to make the top 10.
Yeah.
No, guys. I know guys that just want to make to the Olympia.
Yeah. I mean, Shawn, you've got guys like Shawn Ray, Kevin Nevrone, Flex Wheeler. You know, these guys are classed as all-time Hall of Famers, bodybuilding legends, and they never won Olympia, yet they have hundreds of thousands of fans all around the world over decades. You know, and they've made a huge impact on people's lives, and yet they've not won the Olympia, yet we still class those as legends. So what does that make a Mr. Olympia?
Good question.
Yep.
I saw a movie the other day, and the guy says, you know, I don't want to be a legend. I want to be a hero. You want to be somebody's hero.
Yeah.
You want to inspire people to be like, hey, at least, you know, that guy was my hero, and, you know, that's what I aspire to be. I mean, and at the end of the day, I think we're, you know, the guys that have won, you know, the Mr. Olympia title, we've inspired a new group of, you know, guys coming up that wants to be. I think that's what the sport is all about. There's icons, there's legends, and there's heroes. I mean, Dexter Jackson.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I have to say this. Dexter Jackson, the ageless wonder, won everything, okay?
Everything, multiple times.
Won everything, you know.
Yeah.
In every continent.
Yeah.
No one is ever going to do that again. You know, he's in a class of his own, like literally, like, you know, he's in a class of his own. I was like, nobody is ever going to do what you've done. I was like, you put that in perspective, but he only won one. Only has one Sandow, but what he has done, besides that one Sandow, is amazing.
Unbelievable. 29 pro wins. 29 pro wins.
And I told him a few of those were against me. I felt. He took it from me.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you say to yourself, like, okay, man, okay, one Sandow.
Got it.
I never thought I was going to be a bodybuilder. I didn't want to be a bodybuilder. And I want a Sandow.
You sound like Ronnie Coleman now. I didn't want to be a bodybuilder. I just did it for a free gym membership, you know?
Yeah, Ronnie did it for membership. I did it because I wanted to get in shape to play soccer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But you're thankful, you know. Again, you know, Phil is 7 times Mr. Olympia. Can't take anything away from him. And who knows? He might be coming back next year. And he could be better.
Yeah, it could be. Do you think he'll come back again?
Again, if I was him, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Yeah, because he has nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You know, are you coming back because you want to win, you know, 8th, 9th, 10? Or are you coming back because you just love what you do? Like, you know, the difference is you love the passion that drives you. You like, you know, I love competing. I love dieting. I love, you know, all aspects. If that's the reason why you're coming back, I say go for it. But the mindset is, I want that 8th, you know.
Yeah.
winning 8 is going to put me in, or winning 9 is, you have nothing to prove. It's like, and the same thing about Kai. Love Kai to death, but when you've done what you've done for so many years and as elevate yourself to and always will be the people's champion, you have nothing to prove to anyone at this point. Like,
Yeah.
in a sense, it's like Kai have surpassed himself as not having a title.
Yeah.
Because of the rivalry between him and Phil. Like, for so many years, that battle was unbelievable. So I feel as if, Kai ever coming back to compete, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Because the rivalry was always between him and Phil. So unless it's him and Phil battling out again, it's, it's one of those where it's going to be like, well, but he won the Olympia was against Phil. It's always going to be that, that little, well, if it was Phil, But again, I understand, being driven because of your passion, for the sport. It's like, coming back to compete because we love what we do. We are what we do.
Yeah.
Coming back to compete, we're like, hey, I just love this. He stayed in shape and he does everything that he does. But we'll see.
And shoulder pressing 3 plates for reps. I was like, it's not bad.
That was after some good pancakes.
I was looking for pancakes. Right. Also, he had William Bonac on the other week, and he said that he told us that you gave him a little bit of help the last few days, help guide him in, and very kind of you, mate.
And I love William. And I've known William since he was a 212 bodybuilder, 202 bodybuilder.
That's right, 2012.
Yeah, we've been friends for a very long time. So
the British Grand Prix, wasn't it? British Grand Prix. Yeah, you
Actually,
won that one. Flex won the 212, and William was 4th or 5th place in that one, or 6th place, I think. And then he was 4th in Prague.
So
yeah.
I've talked to William all year long. Last year, and he was coming. We talked, and he's like, hey, if you have a minute to take a look at me. And for me, that's respect both ways.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll definitely, I could, I'll put you through, the ring of, posing, like I do this. It was great because we spent like, hours, until we're staying at just, night after night, just posing. Just posing and posing, but it was good because we get to catch up and, talk about our kids and our family and so forth. But, every night we were, downstairs in the gym in the hotel, just because we didn't stay at the host hotel, so it was good. It wasn't all the hoopla and everybody else, away from everything, so we could just relax and, just fine tune a couple of poses and,
Nice.
I think he should have placed higher.
Do you? I think that top 5, mate, was very, very tight, and he was conditioned as he always was, but he'd lost like Phil. He kind of lost his pop and fullness. I think he said it was kind of in the last few weeks. He said he kind of he wasn't his normal full pop himself. He wasn't very happy with how he looked.
Yeah, but he has so much muscle on him.
Yeah.
That the appreciation when you're competing against him, you don't realize because you're in your own little world.
Yeah.
But that competing and I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit.
He's a beast, isn't he? And he's got it's real quality muscle, isn't it? Like that readable bicep. It's like everything's just so thick and tight and everything's conditioned and separated and it's quality.
Sitting there, I'm like, I didn't realize how thick he was. Like,
yeah.
The back of my mind, it was like,
yeah,
holy crap! Like, okay, like that's a lot of muscle in this little frame.
Yeah.
But William was a great guy, man. He's a really great guy, and I'm thankful for friends like that. Because again, there's been in 2000, 17, I remember when I took fifth, walked off stage. William was one of the first person that was like, bro, you know what? He was like, don't hold your head down, bro.
Yeah.
You did great. He goes, you'll be back.
Yeah, I think you proved him right on that one, mate. The year after.
And for me, I was just kind of like, thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. So, but we've always, whatever it's DM or text message or having a call, it's friends, for such a long time, and for him just to be like, hey, bro, can you take a look at me? I was honored. It was like, wow, yeah, man, I appreciate that.
I think it's really nice because like when because him and Ruli, I keep saying his name wrong, Ruli, they seem very, very genuinely close. They seem like really good friends. They visited each other, and it's nice to see you guys connecting because you've all competed against each other. You've beat him, he's beat you, and it's nice to see that there's a genuine kind of respect amongst like most of you guys.
It's, Rolly's the same thing. I probably talked to Rolly.
Sorry, Ruli. He told me off for saying his name wrong. He told me off. And I'm gonna correct you as well, Shawn. Ruli.
Probably, more messages. Ruli, the same thing. At least once a week.
Yeah.
Same thing with Flex. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Flex on the stage in the Open.
Yeah.
I think you need that in the sport. You need. We all are trying. We've all been trying to do the same thing as to be the best. We all want to be Mr. Olympia, but I think at the end of the day, that friendship is what pushes you. You have to have that. Okay, back in the days, you remember seeing videos at Gold's Gym, and you would see Flex, Chris. You'll see Paul Dillette. You'll see Tom Prince.
Yeah.
You see these guys, training together.
Yeah.
You see them all in that one mirror posing with Charles Glass, and then you see them on stage, and it's just kind of like you need that. I think you need that. You need that camaraderie where you could go on stage and battle and then be like, let's go grab a bite.
Yeah.
Or you could go in the gym and train, and even you guys are training for the same show, push each other. Yeah. Bring your best because you're looking over and you're like, man, Flex is killing it. And Flex is looking over at you and go, man, Rhoden is, I don't know what got into him today. Like, and I did that at Gold's Gym with Dexter, because, he's Mr. Olympia, So when I see Dex walk with his swagger, I'm like,
swagger.
I'm looking around the corner, like,
yeah.
Okay, if I'm that motivated by that, it should be the gym, So I think, having a group of guys now that, share that much friendship, but at the same time, it's like, I'm going to see you in a couple of months on stage, bro. Be ready, and stage and pose and enjoy the moment, and fight.
See whether it's
but walk away. I brought my best today, but we're better.
See, whether it's rivalries or camaraderie, I think that kind of, if you've got that competitive spirit in you anyway, it doesn't matter whether you hate the guy, you love the guy, you're still going to want to be the best version of you so you can beat them. Like I said, like you go back and forth, you'll beat Dennis Wolf will beat you, and on all these different, on a different day, a different guy wins, so it's, it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, exactly. You can see that now, I think the guys that are coming up about the respect for each other, but at the same time, friendship.
Yeah.
And I think our sport need that, It's like, if you're watching basketball and you see, LeBron, he goes over and, talk to Kyrie, even though they're in the same team, but they're not anymore. But, they still have, that friendship, but on the court they're playing. But they get a break, they're standing there talking to each other, as much as people might think they're not friends, but they're like, they're out there, they're chit-chatting. They're like, hey, but they go out and they play. They go out there and fight for it. I think people need to see that in our sport in order to think of us differently, because I think at the end of the day, they just think, just a bunch of guys that walk around and flex their muscles in a mirror. in that sense, you're selfish, and we need to kind of come together as one and have that bond among us where people look at us differently, because just like any other sport, we're athletes.
Yeah.
I think it's taken away from us at times because of our actions, and people think that we're arrogant or whatever it is, but we're not all the same. If they see us doing more things together, it kind of like, well, you know what? These guys are just like any other athlete. They go out and they battle for it, but at the same time, they're at the children's hospital doing charity work together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, you trained yesterday with Flex Lewis. We're going to see any good, cool training videos. Are you two training together, please?
Coming soon.
Come on.
We actually, that's one of the things that we're talking about is, do some stuff together once, his gym is fully put together here in Vegas.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do, we plan on doing some, balls to the walls, you got this kind of training.
He did tell me, though, you're going to have to change your nickname Flexitron. He said he can't have two flexes in the same gym. Sorry.
What? I'm the elder statesman here.
No. So you have to call yourself a Tron, okay?
I'm gonna hold on to that because of age.
Oh no, total age rights. Okay. Here's Flex Lewis and a Tron. Okay, so Mr. Rhoden.
I'm older one here. I'm gonna use my senior card on there. I'm like, hey, ARP,
bro. Nice. All right, then, Shawn. Well, this has been amazing. I really want to just get. I said, please just give us even 20 minutes, and you've given us over double, mate.
It's funny because I didn't see your message that you sent the DM.
Yeah. They always say that.
Coming to the picture, and I was like, oh. So I'm flipping through my box, and I was like, oh crap! And I told Laura, I was like, man, I feel so bad. I was like, just so many messages at times that, going through each and every one of them, like, but be a way that I could put the asterisk or something, on certain people, because, I've gotten it a few times, and like, hey, I sent you a message, and I'm like, you did? Because I go on Instagram, I made my post, and I'm off.
Right, okay.
But I'm getting better at it.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. No, I really appreciate you coming on again, mate, and I hope Laura's fine. And I've heard Laura's got something launching soon, maybe, potentially. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes. Got a couple of things in the work.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Today?
I've got insider information, you see.
Well, there might be something today that she's such a perfectionist that.
Okay.
No, you don't understand. Like.
You didn't make the bed right, Shawn.
I don't know. She's getting ready. She's been working in something, and it's like, I don't like that font. That S. I don't like the way that S look.
Good.
Maybe I don't like this color, and it's been like, I'm just like. Listen, I understand you might not like that, but Giles might like it. Like, that might be what he's looking for.
No, you've got to be a perfectionist when you're launching your own things.
But, it shows a lot that it's not just about just putting something out there, but putting something out that she could put her name on.
Yeah.
And, I commend her for that, because a lot of people don't do that. But she's taking the time. This could have been launched probably 2 weeks ago. But she's just making sure that everything is where she wants it to be, so the appreciation could see that, she's been working on it for a very long time, and she just wants to make sure that it's not something that people look at and be like, oh, this was rushed, because this has been, very, very, very timely, where I fell asleep a couple of times. Like, it's good.
No, that's someone that's someone in what, like you said, that's someone who cares about their reputation and the quality and what they're putting out. And like I said, I won't say any more, but we'll obviously stay tuned to our Instagram, and you can see what we're kind of alluding to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, then, Shawn Rhoden, thank you so much for coming on, mate. It's great to catch up, and I'm glad to see you and Laura Lee are doing great, mate.
You know, you guys have been amazing, guys. Always appreciate it anytime. So you're one of the few people. I think you and Mad Max.
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
JKT, the only two people that I talk to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Limited group. I just, I realize there are people that are genuine and people that are just full of shit, pardon my French. And, at the end of the day, I love talking to people that's genuine. So I appreciate your time. Thanks to all you amazing fans for your support. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay. All right, then, Shawn. Speak to you very soon. And a big hug to Laura Lee, please.
Sir, thank you.
Thanks, Shawn. Bye-bye, mate. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On The Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined all the way from Colchester, Essex, Samson Dauda. Yay!
What's up? How y'all doing? Guys? What's up?
Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year to the bodybuilding world, man.
I know.
How's y'all going?
Well, the bodybuilding world is pretty quiet at the moment because no bloody Arnold. Yeah. There's nothing. It's weird, isn't it?
I know. It does feel really weird, man. I mean, you can imagine trying to plan out the year. It's just, you really can't. You just sitting there wondering, okay, what are you going to do this year? Literally,
Have you not got given any thought to any American shows? Like, because there's the Indie Pro in April, isn't there?
Oh yeah, 100%. Obviously, you always think about doing American. I mean, for me personally, I want to do American shows this year.
Yeah.
But obviously, with the way things are, we all know that you probably have to go somewhere else first, spend some time before going to the US. And then it'll be, if you're there, you might as well do a few shows back to back and not just, do all that just to get one show and then and that's it, and then come back home. So I'm thinking about, doing a US show, but it's not going to be this half of the year. I mean, I needed some rest and I needed some time, so it'll probably more likely be the second half of the year.
I think that's wise, mate, because I was just about to say, if you did, like, say, the Indie Pro, does it give you enough time to prepare? You're going to have to go via somewhere. I mean, really, until this vaccine and everything is rolled, it's going to be a good 6 months before you can really go in knowing, especially with what happened with you in 2020, mate.
I know, man. I'm definitely not going to follow that again. So, obviously, you think about that, you're thinking, this one. After that, you're really going to be really more picky about the shows and what, before you even go into prep, really know that, okay, is it really going to happen? Is it likely that you're going to do a show first? And actually just kind of just go with it. Yeah.
Do you get flashbacks to being in that hotel room in Korea?
That's what you think about it all the time. How can you not? I mean, we're in quarantine now, so it's like, okay, here we go. It's the same freaking concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Well, of course you do.
Do you know? I can visualize you watching Shawshank Redemption at Christmas with your lady, and watching it and nodding and going, yeah. I went through that. It's like Samson in the Shawshank Redemption, the bodybuilding version.
Oh man, it was obviously crazy. Like, you can't even. I mean, what else do you say? To all that, and you think after going through that last year, especially like prepping that long last year, and then saying, nah, then this year you gotta be like, nah, man. You know what? Before you commit to anything or commit to doing anything, there have to be some guarantees placed down before you even start.
Yeah.
So 100%, you just. Lesson learned, man. Definitely.
Yeah, but I think because your body was just like, because by the time you got the British Grand Prix, you could tell we were all hoping you'd come in and win it and get to at least qualify for next year's Olympic. But you could see your body was just had enough, mate.
There's no way you're going to prep from March all the way to November, and not take a beating. Your body not take a beating for it. It's just not going to happen. No matter how much you can sort of delay and sort of try to keep it up. It just takes a beat, and it wasn't like it's not even like you've been like a steady year either. It's like okay, you're peaking, no, you're not peaking. You're peaking for a peak week, no, the show is cancelled. You're peak, so it's nothing consistent about it. So trying to obviously lift your body up and bring your body down and lift it up, it completely drains you. So by the time it got to the time where shows were actually happening, we were completely just it was basically okay, you hold on for your last leg, pretty much out of it. So but it is what it is, man. What can you do?
Well, I've said many times, I think I don't want to keep going on about 2020 because it's behind us now, but I think it got you so much attention and it was such a talking point with all the things you were going through. Do you feel like it actually helped build your fan base?
Yeah, it did. I mean, seriously, I think for a fact it did. I mean, I got my sponsor in 2020, you know.
Oh, yeah,
actually have hostile, you know, backing me up after obviously what I was going through in Korea. So couldn't thank them enough for that. And because of them, finally I'm coming in 2020 as a full-time bodybuilder. I mean, that is lots of the biggest break you can sort of ask for, an idea to actually fully concentrate on bodybuilding. Yeah. While before, you know, every time I'm preparing for shows, now I got to juggle it with my work. I got to prep, you know, juggle it with my work schedule and everything else consistently. So for the first time now, I'm actually in a position where I'm actually having a real off-season as a bodybuilder, like a full-time bodybuilder, which is something I've just never done before, you know, and it's been crazy, but having that has just made me be able to step things up to new levels.
Mate, that must take so much pressure off for you.
Oh man, massively, you know. But even especially like during this time where obviously you're fighting to try to find the gym to train as a pro and everything else. If I was working full time, I wouldn't be able to train this time.
Yeah.
You know, I'll literally just be sitting home and just like, okay, I go to work, come home, and that's it. So having that flexibility to know, okay, right, I can travel very far to go train in any gym that's allowed, you know, can be available for me to train, and having that freedom to do that. It's been massive, you know. I mean, especially in this period, has really been helpful. So, you know, I really can't thank them enough for that, because definitely their backing has seriously come right at a good time where I needed it.
Oh, that's Fuad Abiad, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, completely the support I get from him, you couldn't ask for more. Seriously, you genuinely couldn't ask for more.
Mate, I'm so happy to hear that, because like I heard you lost your job last year and then you were stuck out here and then you were there. It was like it was just one thing after another. So to hear that you're finally getting that support back, that's so good. That's so good to hear.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, that's why I say, like, you look back at 2020 and you see a lot of negatives and all the things that happen. And people say, man, I don't understand how you don't understand. But then I look at it and see what came out of it. And I think, you know what, man, that's something that I've never had in the past. It's fun for the first time having that in you know, in the bodybuilding world, actually being able to focus on that. Yeah. I'm like, wow, you know what? If anything else didn't go well in 2020, that has basically just put me in a pedestal to actually say, okay, right, going forward, you know, the sky's the limit now, you know, seriously.
Yeah.
So for me, I always look at 2020 and go, yeah, you know what, take the bright side out of it. Stop moaning about the past. Stop moaning about what didn't go your way, and just look at what did, you know.
Well, I think it's clearly evident, because we saw that video, I think it was today or Sunday now. You did post it yesterday. 310 pounds in your waist. Mate, your waist looks like 32 inches. You're 310 pounds, and you're in not bad condition, mate, for off-season.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is what I was saying about, like, when all of a sudden you've now basically been given the full permission to say, okay, right, now be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Don't forget, be a bodybuilder. Now show them what you really like when they say, okay, focus just on this alone, and, you know, see what your body can truly do. And that's basically what we've been given this year. And I'm definitely capitalizing on it in every way I can. So it's like, okay, now you can sit there and focus on purely your diet, focus on training, not have to worry about, you know, oh, I got to get to work, I can't eat because I got to work this time or whatever. Yeah. You actually say, okay, right, solely focus on bodybuilding. And, you know, as soon as we stepped in, it was like, body just like, okay, you know, you're giving me the right attention, okay, results starts happening.
You've rebounded. So, you've rebounded really well. So have you ever been this heavy then before?
No, I've been close to this before. I've just been over 300 pounds before. But this time, you just seem to be holding that leanness and that structure a lot better. And I'm holding it a lot more comfortable this time as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is it. This is what we're talking about, you know.
So your energy levels feel good? You don't feel like... I mean, I see some guys at 300 pounds. Like, I've seen Rami at like 330, and he moves around quite easily. He's not lumbering around like I've seen other guys where you see him at 300 pounds and they look like they're about to keel over. So you do feel good? Do you feel agile?
I feel really good. I feel really good at it. You know, I feel really comfortable at it. I mean, you got to remember, I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So even at 310 pounds, my frame still looks like, okay, you could probably put more on there if you wanted to. Yeah. So I'm still at that point where we're trying to push the boundaries, and we're saying, look, how much can you go before it no longer looks like muscle, it just looks like slabs. Yeah. You know, it's just, okay, it doesn't look. So every time we keep pushing the pedestal, we keep looking, going, you're still looking lean at that weight. Your body can still take on more. Yeah. And the more it's doing that, the more we're like, okay, keep going. How do you feel? You feel good, you feel like you can still move around, you don't feel sluggish, you don't feel things, then just keep going. And, you know, it's the only biggest problem is basically the amount of food that you got to put down. It's almost ridiculous. It's like you literally, you know, you're in a position where you're neither eating a meal, just finished eating the meal, or about to eat your next meal.
Oh, really?
So So it's just literally food in and food in and food in all the time.
So throw us some numbers. What kind of grams of protein? How many calories are you do? Tell us. Off season.
I mean, we don't really, because I can't tell you meal by meal. I mean, I started breakfast with like 50 grams of oats. I mean, like 5 eggs. Carbs, you're looking at 400 grams of sweet potatoes for second meals and stuff like that. Rice, you're looking at about like two full spoons of rice, and that's before you actually add in obviously the protein and the shakes and everything else we put on top of that. So where normally people say, oh, they're doing 6 meals a day, and then 2 of that meals is protein shakes. Now I'm doing 6 full meals a day, and then on top of that, I'm adding protein shakes on top of that in between.
Wow, in between.
So it's just in between those meals. So you can imagine with that time, if you take about 6 meals a day, 4 meals a day, you split it 3 hours each time, and then you put protein shake in between that. You find that you actually ain't having much time in the day to do anything else but eat.
Yeah.
So it just kind of just takes on that much food that you're actually taking on. But it just seems like body digests as well and processes as well. So we're able to get away with that.
Metabolism is through the roof.
Yeah, and this is one thing that has always been sort of one of my strong points, where I really got a really good metabolism. I don't have to use digestive enzymes. I don't have to use anything. I just really got a good metabolism processing food. So the more I can eat, the more I can grow from it. The problem is I don't really have a big appetite for eating loads of food.
Oh no, really?
So that
really
balances out. So I really am not a big eater. Wow. So it's pretty much you're forcing food the whole time in the off season. It's basically force feeding yourself. So it's basically if I can force it down my mouth, yeah, I can trust my body to handle the rest of it. But it's trying to get it down first. That's actually the hard part.
Well, it's like you said, now you're able to support yourself as a full-time professional bodybuilder. That is literally your job now. That's like you going to work, isn't it, really? And working on a construction site. Instead, you're just getting a lot of food down. Yeah,
exactly. And it's a bit weird for me because it's obviously the first time I've ever been in that position. So for me, it's like, I don't know. It just feels weird, man, because it almost feels almost like, you kind of feel a bit guilty and everything else, thinking, should I be doing more? Should I be doing something like that? I mean, obviously, UK being on lockdown doesn't really help, but you do feel like, okay, this is your job now. You got to focus fully on it. But at the same time, you feeling, okay, for someone who always used to work a full-time job hand in hand with that, all of a sudden you're given a lot of freedom to now, okay, now you can purely put your energy towards that. But then you do feel that guilt part of it thinking, I don't know, So, yeah, it's one thing to get used to.
It's crazy to think that you're 310 pounds in a decent condition and you're known as a shape and aesthetics guy.
yeah.
That's great. That's a good thing, though. It's a great combo. Yeah.
Yep. That's a great thing, and that's one thing we want to do is definitely, no matter how much size we put on the mountains, we fill out, we still keep that aesthetic. We never look at the point where you're going, okay, he's put on loads of weight, but now his waistline is now starting to lose that shape. Yeah. The lines are now starting to blur out. Once it starts getting to that, we know, okay, no, we kind of gone too far. So as long as, like I said, no matter how big I get, I can still put the vacuum in the off season. I can still put the vacuum in whatever way. When it gets to where I no longer can do that, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm struggling.
A vacuum at 310. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just like we always watch that and watch that. How much can you control your meat section? How much can you keep that waistline in check, regardless of how much food you're pushing in?
That's good. Yeah, because to be honest, mate, you just because I looked as soon as I saw that video, I thought, his waistline looks like sometimes you see the guys in the off season, everything else looks big and full, but the waist looks a lot thicker, and you think, well, that's obviously going to come down when they compete. But your waist still looks really, really small. Yeah,
and that's one thing I said. That's one of the things that we always got to keep in line with, keeping check, that you don't let the idea of putting on more size deter for the fact of you are an aesthetic guy. So you always got to make sure you keep handling that, just make sure that you keep that center. And obviously, my genetics does help in that factor where I'm not so quick to blow my waistline out that quickly. And because I digest food so well, it's never a point where you just have food sitting there and then looking weird, bloaty and nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just been, something that we just kind of, give thanks about.
So since all those shows, you've just literally just been going to ground and just training and eating and do you feel okay in yourself, everything? Do you feel, obviously, because obviously the UK is in a very strict lockdown. We're all, because I'm starting to struggle without the gym, mate. I'm feeling a bit shit, to be honest, but... It is. We're all struggling in the UK, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. I mean, definitely is a struggle. I mean, I can say, I'm very lucky because obviously, I got permission to allow to train in the gym at this moment, and that is kind of really be my saving grace, really, because I know even with that, I know how hard it feels right now to knowing that literally all you do is you go out, you go to the gym, you come back home, and that's all you do. So even that is, after a while, you start thinking, goddamn, I want to do something else.
Yeah.
Just break up the routine a bit. But, you know, you can feel that. And God knows what it'd be like. If I didn't have that, even the idea of going to the gym, and you're just sitting at home, I'll lose my mind. Seriously, I don't think I'll be able to hold it together for this long. Yeah, so seriously, I completely understand that feeling.
But surely, though, like the guys at Oxygen, like Dorian when he was in his basement, you know, surely the lockdown is actually helping you to hyper focus. It's like when with James when Luke died, he used that as his right. I need to immerse myself in something to kind of give me some structure and get me through this period. Is this maybe? Do you think lockdown is actually helping your bodybuilding right now? Because at the end of the day, you can get to the gym, so you can just literally go right. Well, there's nothing else to do. I can't go out. I may as well just eat, sleep, train.
Yeah, it does help in that way. Obviously, you help in that way, but at the same time, it's the whole idea of all work and no play, and you end up starting being destructive.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you still feel like, you know what I mean? You do it 7 days. You go to the gym 6 days a week, you know, constantly every day.
Yeah.
During the 1 day you have your rest day, you want to be able to then move your mind away from bodybuilding and do something that's completely distracted for that. So you can appreciate being back and forth. But if you don't have that, if all you literally do is think about training, doing training, eating, training constantly every day, you end up losing your mind. You just think, okay, and then you end up hating and resenting it and feeling like it's a chore, not something you enjoy.
Yeah.
So idea of always, that's why this is why we have rest days. This is why in rest day, we want to spend time with the family. We want to go out, we want to do something different that take us away from it. And then when we do come back, we feel refreshed to actually go out again. So as much as, you do have that sort of hyper focus that benefits you, at the same time away, you have to have it. It's just some one of those things you just have to have.
You're making me feel bad now because on your day off, you've got me bloody calling you up trying to talk about bodybuilding. Let's talk about Netflix.
That's fine. You know, all in all, obviously, with everything that's kind of happened, especially in the UK, the way the UK is now, I feel lucky with the position I'm in, because I know that there's been a lot of people that have been in a lot worse position than I know able to train. I'll be able to lay out frustration and everything else. And they're really struggling at this time. And, my heart goes out to them because I can completely understand that. And, this is the hardest time we've ever been in, and hopefully it passes soon.
Obviously, the big news in British bodybuilding and international bodybuilding was the situation with Nathan De Asha. What's your because I know you're friendly with Nathan. Obviously, you've competed against him. When we're all everyone kind of gets on really well in the UK bodybuilding scene. What was your thoughts when you saw that CCTV video, mate?
Man, it ticked me off. I gotta say, it really does tick me off, because at the end of the day, you're looking at someone who's put their life work into having their business and do everything for it, and then you're watching that go down the drain, and you're sitting at home knowing that you're absolutely powerless to do anything about it. And then you have a situation like that where you literally try and just do something. Something that we're looking at. Whoever thought, literally, if you told you 2 years ago that someone would be assaulted by police for trying to open the gym and train, you would laugh it up and go, what twilight world are you living in? Yeah. And now we're watching it, we're seeing that happen, and you're watching that sort of violence or something happen to someone who's a gym owner, and you're thinking, come on, man, really? Is this how bad is it become? Is this what we've gone to? So surely I completely support Nathan for what he's doing, because I think, more gym owner needs to be like that. They need to stand up and say, no, come on now, this has gone too far. We do have, I'm sorry, as serious as COVID is, it's not the only thing that is killing people. It's not the only thing that's destroying lives right now.
Yep.
So we do have to say, look, as we get it, but at the same time, look, people are struggling. This is getting really bad, seriously. So we just kind of have to step back and look at things from different perspective for a bit.
Yeah, I did like it when the kind of the knee to the guy did the flying knee to the stomach to Nathan's stomach, God. and he was handcuffed from behind. I thought, okay, there's no sound, and even if he was being mouthy, whatever, what's your feelings?
Dude,
it made me feel sick.
The thing is, after everything we've seen last year with police brutality and everything else, even now we still see it.
I know.
And you're thinking, what? They've been protests, they've been riots, they've been burning, they've been everything, and yet it's not hitting the home to say, look, this crap has to stop. It has to stop. You don't put a man in handcuffs and kick him. There was 8 or something, 9 police on the
I think there was 9 or 10. I think we're coming in and out. I think in total there was about 9. It was about let's say a 10. Let's see 10.
Yeah, no matter how big or whatever you think a guy is, when you put him in handcuffs and have pepper spray him and have that many people holding him, you really think he's threatening enough for you to kick him in the stomach?
Yeah.
Come on, there's no justification for that, and I think that really that really flared me up because I thought, you know what, this is just, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, we've hopefully got Nathan coming on this episode, but it was it was a horrible thing to happen, wasn't it, mate? Horrible, especially with everything, because everything was a lot of tension, and regardless of whether you're for or against Nathan keeping his gym open, that was unacceptable.
Yeah, completely unacceptable. And I think people need to be able to encounter when things like that happen. They really need to send a message and hold people to account it, and not try to justify it by saying, well, our officers feel like they need to defend themselves or whatever reason you want to stand for. Because we all watch the video, and you got to ask yourself at that time, what can someone possibly do in that position that's so bad and so dangerous that you felt that you need to kick him in the stomach? I mean, come on. You ask yourself that question, you got to look at it and go, surely, what? Seriously, what answer can you come up with? So, yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with all this unfold, because this has made national. I mean, American viewers maybe don't know. This has made national news, isn't it? Actually, like national TV shows, news shows,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and maybe it does need to draw publicity and some actual publicity to it, because I mean, we know that. I mean, this is something that the ones that have been caught on camera.
Yeah.
Thing is, what about the 1,000 that probably don't get seen?
Correct.
And you hear someone will come out and say, oh yeah, this happened to me, and we will all think, oh well, what did you do? And they will say, oh, I didn't do anything, and we'll think, come on, man, surely you must have done something. But then you see it on camera, you're thinking, wow, okay, seriously. So yeah.
So what was your thoughts on Ramy winning the Olympia? I mean, the only reason I'm asking about the Olympia is because I haven't asked you about it yet, and at the end of the day, there's nothing going on until April. So what was your thoughts?
Man.
What was your thoughts on I'd like to see the top three.
You know what, man? Seriously, as soon as he walked out, you thought, damn, okay, that was a Ramy that we've been saying for a long time. If he ever shows up at, what would happen? So when he walked out first, thinking, okay, cool. All right, let's see what all the other guys have to answer for that. And you're going through the lineup, and each guy's coming out each other, and you're thinking, man, I still have Ramy winning. It's just nobody that's that complete at that stage that was there to push him off of it. And then we watch the pre-judging, and we come out pre-judging thinking the same thing. Like, he's winning it. But okay, let's see the next day. And then next day happens, and it's like, okay, this might actually truly be it. It might be the dawn of the mass monster. Someone like him actually taking the throne, and it just ends up happening. So yeah, I do really, really feel pleased for him. I mean, imagine what he must feel after year, of people keep saying, man, you should win it. You should win. You should have won it. You should have done this. You should have done that. And then almost to the point where they started to give up hope that it was ever going to happen.
I had. Honestly, I didn't think Phil was going to come back. I didn't think Ramy was going to nail it. So, and I'm someone that likes to be proved wrong in situations like, because I don't like things to be predictable. That's what I love about bodybuilding. That's what I love about the pro scene. You never know who's going to do what and who's going to bring what, and it's it's exciting. It's exciting.
It brings a lot of life into it, and it keeps you excited, and you see that, and you think, wow, now you got to stand there and go, okay, the last 3 years we had 3 different Mr. Olympias. Now it's like, okay, what's going to happen this year, seriously, because now it's like, okay, is he going to hold on to the title again for one more year, or is someone going to step up to actually say, okay, I'm challenging for it and take it off him? So it's now, you make this the next Olympia this year, it now makes it that much more exciting to want to watch.
Yeah. I bet you're really dying to get on an Olympia stage, aren't you?
Oh, man.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
More of an understatement, man. Seriously. I mean, I dieted for a whole year to make sure that I got on
this thing. Man, you keep so close.
The hunger for that, I can't even pretend and say, oh, well, it happened. The hunger for that is insatiable, seriously. Yeah. And even this year, I'm thinking, okay, right, what do I got to do? What is within the realm of possibility to actually do it? And I want to do shows in the US this year, and I'm looking at, okay, how many shows would I get away with doing back to back just to make sure that I gotta nail it and hit one and
I just want you to nail it, like the fullness, because your shape, your aesthetics, your symmetry, everything is there. The waist is small, you're big, you're wide, your posing's amazing. I just want you to get that. I just want to see it, when Ramy, you think that guy has nailed it, absolutely bang on. We all want to see that for you, mate. Just once.
And that's it. So you can imagine, you can imagine my frustration.
Yeah. You'll do it. You will do it. You will do it because you're not someone that gives up, mate. Like you said, you just keep going. You keep going, and determined people always get there in the end.
And that's just it. Like I said, I love bodybuilding. I've always got into the idea of I've loved bodybuilding so much that I've given up so much just for it because I love it that much, and I'll do anything just to be able to carry and improve and try on getting better at it. So getting knocked back is, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, no big deal. Right? What's next? So for me, it's not ever going to be a point where I'm going to sit back and go, well, I've done everything I can, so now I'm just going to hand in the towel and say, okay, well, that's it. It's always going to be like, okay, I'm coming in better. Every single knockback, every single time we get knocked back, okay, fine, I'll catch you next year. We're coming back and we're coming in better. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Good. So in 26 years, mate, I don't think I've ever seen, Dorian Yates aside, I've never seen such a good spot for British bodybuilding. I mean, James Hollinshead winning 2 pro shows, Jamie the Giant, Mark Hector, yourself, who I've left out some really obvious names, I know I have. I've probably left out half a dozen people there. But I mean, like, just, I'm just thinking about the British Grand Prix. I'm picturing the lineup in my head. It's a really good place at the moment, isn't it, mate?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see all the pros that are actually on there, and it's the hunger for it that makes it. Because it's not the era of, okay, guys, we get pro card, they do 1 pro show and they just hand in town and go, okay, well, that's it for me. Yeah, you have that hunger where guys are hungry to get to the next level. They're hungry to battle. They're hungry to actually move, carry, push it. And they've never been a period like this in British bodybuilding. And it's got to be amazing, man. You got to keep saying, okay, well, each year, what is it going to become?
Yeah, I mean, literally you, Mark, Jamie, James Hollinshead. There's 4 guys that have got the potential to really win multiple pro shows and be top 6 Olympia. There's 4 if you reach your potential, and you know what I mean. And you really, if you keep going, do you know what I mean? It's like that in all from one country. Oh yeah,
and it's that. And the thing is, because there's so many of us, is what keeps us hungry even more. Because as much as it is, we're all trying to get past the other one.
Yeah.
So it puts that fuel into it, and it then makes us push our potential even more harder. It's not this idea of we're not just sitting there and go, well, I'm just going to do my best. No, we actually go, no, I want to make sure that I beat him, I get past him, I make sure I get to the top, I make sure I do better than him. So it keeps that hunger there, and it's like it bounces off each other. We're just kind of progressing because of it. So even I mean, with everything that happened last year with lockdown and everything, you would have thought that most of us would be like, well, that's it, man. We're not going to compete anymore. We'll just save it for next year. But we all jumped in the stage and flew all to Spain to compete, and then came back and to do it again.
Yeah.
So, it shows you the kind of hunger that is actually there. So it just kind of goes to show that, I think he's in a great place, and I think he will carry on being like that.
Yeah. Obviously, 2 other names, Nathan De Asha, and I think you can say Kamal El-Gagni's a Brit as well, because he's been here 20 years. So, I mean, there's 2 really, really doesn't get much bigger than those 2 names, So I don't want to leave them out.
Exactly.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right, then, Samson. Well, I just want to get you on for a quick update, mate, and just want to just see how you're getting on, mate. And it was, like I said, it's just great to see you're progressing, and you're big, and you're excited about the year ahead, and you're refreshed, and it's just really good to see. And I just want to wish you all the best, mate, and can't wait to see you back on stage this year, mate.
You guys, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, Samson, thank you so much for coming on. I'll speak to you very soon.
Speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Take care, mate. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On The Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we are joined all the way from Korea, Seung Chul, with translator Eric Rue. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Right, okay, so it's Seung Chul, because I want to get the name absolutely correct, because I'm hearing different versions of the name, so it's Seung Chul. Right, okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, sorry, I don't want to offend you. I don't want to get it wrong. So it's what time is it for you? Is it like 10 o'clock at night over in Korea?
Right now is 10:20.
Oh, 10:20. Okay, well, and also sorry for cancelling you last week, but I was very sick.
그러니까 저분이 저번 주에 아파가지고 연락 못 해가지고 미안하다고.
Okay.
괜찮다. It's okay, no worries.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Well, I mean, the reason, obviously, I want to get Seung on is because, he fantastic year last year. He won the Korea Pro Show, and he took 12th place at the Olympia. Can you give us a bit of contest history leading up to 2020?
Like, what kind of a history?
Yeah, contest history. Let's just sort of main highlights. When he turned pro, just tell us a bit about that, please.
그러니까 형 과거에 대해서 어떻게 프로가 됐는지, 그러니까 작년에 올림피아랑 프로쇼 이겼잖아요, 몬스터짐. 그거에 대해서 어떻게 그 과정이 이루어졌는지 형에 대한 그 기초적인 그 과거에 대해서 알고 싶다고.
이제 한국의 보디빌딩 협회라는 단체가 있어 따로 KBBF라는 한국 보디빌딩 단체가 있는데 거기에서만 이제 20살 때부터 프로가 되기 전까지 그 단체에서 계속 활동을 하다가 2018년도에 중국에서 프로 카드를 따서 몬스터짐 프로 대회를 나가고 이제 올림피아 대회까지 나가게 됐다 이렇게.
Okay. So there is a Korean Bodybuilding Federation called KBBF.
Okay.
KBFF or 형 KBFF예요, KBBF예요?
Okay.
KBBF 같은데.
KB is called Korean Bodybuilding Federation, Fitness Federation. I think is KBFF. So on for like since he was 20 years old, he was in that organization for a long time.
Yep.
And then 2018, 2018년도죠.
맞아.
2018 in China, he got a pro card from the China, and he turned pro there. And then and then 2 years ago, he went to the Monster Gym. A year ago, he won. Actually, last year, he won the Monster Gym Pro Show. He won the Pro Show, and then he went to the Mr Olympia.
Right. Okay. So you turned pro in 2018.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Okay.
In China.
In China.
형 뭐였죠? 중국 대회.
중국 하이난의 사냐에서 하는 사냐 대회라고 있어. 하이난 성에서 하는 사냐 대회.
Is it like it's in Sanya competition? It's called.
Yep.
In Sanya, yeah.
Oh, in China. Okay. So what was his height and weight when he won in Korea last year?
And the pro show?
Yes. What was his height and weight?
형 키랑 그 몬스터짐 그 체중이 몇이었죠? 시합 체중?
키는 77에 작년 시합 체중이 한 112kg 정도.
112. So he was a 177 centimeter.
Okay.
That's like 5'10".
Yep.
And he was a 112 kilograms.
112 kilograms. And was that his pro debut?
형, 그 작년이 형 프로 데뷔쇼였어요?
아니 그 재작년에 이제 몬스터짐 프로랑 재팬 프로를 나갔었지.
재팬 프로가 데뷔쇼예요?
19년도에 몬스터짐 프로 대회가 데뷔고 그 다음 19년도 말에 재팬 프로를 나갔었지.
So on 2019, he went the first debut. His show, pro show, was the Monster Gym. His same show.
Yep.
And then after at the end of the year, he went to the Japan Pro.
Right.
And then he went to the last year Monster Gym. Then he won that pro show.
Sorry, what saying there was another pro show you went to? Oh, that's the I'm talking about Korea. So he did another pro show last year.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
2019, he went to the Monster Gym Pro Show.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Japan Pro at the end of the year.
Yep.
And then 2020, he won the Monster Gym Pro Show. Then, he went to the Olympia.
Right. Okay. Now, obviously, he went to the Olympia and took 12th place. Looked absolutely fantastic. What was that like doing the Mr Olympia? Only 2 years after turning pro.
형, 그러니까 2년 동안 이거 프로가 되셨는데 이번 연도 미스터 올림피아에서 12등을 하셨는데 그 느낌이 어땠는지?
모든 이제 우리나라에서도 그냥 최종 목표가 프로가 되는 게 목표고 예전부터 그리고 올림피아라는 이제 꿈의 무대 우리 보디빌딩 선수한테는 꿈의 무대라고 이제 다들 얘기하는 그런 대회인데 그렇게 생각을 하고 있기 때문에 굉장히 되게 또 우리나라 처음으로 나왔기 때문에 되게 뜻깊고 굉장히 기분이 좋았다고.
So for the Mr. Olympia is for it's the dream for the bodybuilders. It's dream competition for the bodybuilders, and he did a lot of work for become a pro.
Yeah.
And then when he went to the finally step on the stage on the Mr. Olympia, it was a very exciting and very meaningful to him for the competition.
So who was he most excited to meet at the Olympia?
그냥 그 올림피아에서 누구를 가장 만나고 진짜 뭐 흥분됐는지 누구를 보고.
나는 이제 옛날부터 운동을 20년 넘게 했으니까 90년대 스타들을 좋아하는데 올드스쿨. 네. 그래서 플렉스 윌러를 만나서 좋았다고. 네.
플렉스 윌러요?
Flex Wheeler. Wow, okay.
But he was doing for this sports for 20 years. So he likes the 90s bodybuilders.
Oh, okay.
That's why when he met the Flex Wheeler, he was very excited for that.
I saw the video as well on his Instagram of him meeting Brandon Curry backstage.
브랜드 커리 형 백스테이지 만났잖아요. 그거는 어땠어?
굉장히 대부분 이제 시합 때 사람들이 예민하고
네네네.
이제 자기 그 컨디션을 맞추기 위해서 자기만 신경 쓰는데 브랜든 커리는 되게 친절하게 나한테 인사를 해줬고 되게 좀 그런 면에서 되게 예의 바른 그런 그리고 친근감 있는 그런 친구 같다고 굉장히 기분이 좋았다고.
He was feeling really good for the. He was feeling really friendly for the Brandon Curry because every bodybuilders, most bodybuilders at the stage, you know, they are very sensitive about worrying about their competition and everything.
Yeah.
But the Brandon Curry was very friendly. He came up to Cho to say hello, and he was very friendly to him. So he was.
Fantastic!
Feeling good.
Fantastic. Did he get a chance to speak to Rami or?
그냥 라미랑 이야기할 수 있었나요 그때?
아니. 라미는 굉장히 좀 약간 뭐 대회에 집중한 것 같아서 좀 심각해 보였다고.
Rami was really too serious into the show, so he didn't want to bother him.
Right. Okay. So I mean, obviously, the first Mr. Olympia, was that his first time in America, or has he been before?
형, in the competition or just for?
Yeah, in America. Was that the first time traveling to America?
형, 미국에서 처음 온 거 아니죠? 처음도? 네. No, it's not his first time.
Okay.
He's been, yeah.
Okay. So,
형, 그 대회는 처음이에요?
2015년도에 이제 15년도에 아놀드 클래식 아마추어에 나와서 1등 했었다고.
1등이요? So he doesn't remember it's 2014 or 2015.
Okay.
He went to the Arnold Classic and he won that show. As amateur.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. But
fantastic. So is Korea is bodybuilding big in Korea?
형이 생각하기에 바디빌딩이 한국에서는 좀 크다고 생각하세요?
바디빌딩 시장이?
네, 시장이 뭐.
바디빌딩 시장이 크다고 생각하는 이유는 1년에 대회가 한 150개 정도 있다고.
So he thinks in Korea bodybuilding is very popular because there is like 150 competition over the year.
Wow, 150.
So, yeah, 150.
Wow, okay, I didn't know. That's amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
it's all different. It's not from the IFBB, but combining everything is about over 150 shows.
So I suppose Chul is he's the number one bodybuilder in Korea right now.
형이
아니라고 이렇게 좋은 선수도 굉장히 많다고 얘기해줘.
He understands. He says that there is a lot of good athletes out there, so he doesn't say he's number one.
Okay, yeah. So what are the plans for 2021 then?
형 지금 이번 연도 형 플랜이 어떻게 되세요?
이제 원래는 뭐든지 이제 자기 나라에서 하는 대회가 준비하기 편하잖아. 비행기 타고 가기보다는. 그래서 몬스터짐 프로 쇼가 첫 번째인데 만약에 대회를 6월이나 7월로 계획을 잡고 있는데 몬스터짐 프로 쇼가 안 하게 된다면 미국 가서 시합을 뛸 거라고.
For this year, for the bodybuilder there's a home advantage for everything, So he doesn't want to travel a lot for the longer distance. There's a jet lag and everything, so he wanna compete in Korea, in his country, and there's a show Monster Gym again.
Yep.
He thinks there will be a show on March, June or July.
Okay.
June or July.
Yeah.
So he is preparing for that. But if the Monster Gym doesn't start or doesn't happen, then he will travel to America for the pro show.
Okay. So that's the goal, is win another pro show and then try and get a better placing at the Olympia?
형 그러면 다른 프로쇼 이기고 올림피아 진출해서 작년보다 더 좋은 성적을 내고 싶은 거죠.
당연하지.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he looked absolutely fantastic at the Olympia. I was really surprised. I was impressed by how big he was, his small waist. I thought his physique looked absolutely tremendous. I was very, very impressed with how he looked at the Olympia.
그냥 작년 올림피아 저분이 봤을 때 진짜 형 피지크 보고 진짜 몸이 좋았다고 그렇게 칭찬은 여러 가지 하네요.
Thank you.
yeah.
Were you there?
Sorry?
Were you there at the show?
I wasn't. No, I couldn't travel. I was there. Obviously, I go every single year, but last year at the Olympia, I had to just stay here at home and watch the live stream, unfortunately. But it was a fantastic Olympia. It was very special.
So anything else?
No, yeah, of course, yeah. So tell us about any YouTube or anything else in the plans this year. Anything else in the industry that he's looking to do?
형 그러면 피트니스 인더스트리에서 업계에서 형이 하고 싶은 게 있어? 뭐 유튜브 활동이나 아니면 다른 거를 뭐 대회 말고도 다른 계획이 있으신지, 뭐 헬스장 오픈을 한다던가 뭐 이런 거.
목표는 뭐 헬스장 하려고 생각은 하고 있고, 뭐 유튜브도 다시 하려고 지금 준비 중이라고.
So he actually has a YouTube channel, but he didn't be active for the last year because he have to prep for the Olympia. But he's gonna go back to the YouTube, and actually his goal is to open his own gym in Korea. Yeah, that's his plan in this, I guess.
That's fantastic. So what's the situation with the pandemic? Is it easing there? Is it okay? Is it free to train there, or is there restrictions?
코로나 형 이번에 그 코로나 터지고 상황이 어떤지 한국에서 코로나에 대해서.
뭐 대부분의 사람들이 굉장히 힘들다고. 그리고 나라에서 이제 그 운영을 하지 않게 하는데 뭐 지원금 같은 게 전혀 없기 때문에 사람들이 임대료를 못 내서 망하는 그 체육관이나 그런 상점들이 되게 많다고.
So it's very difficult for everyone because there were some shutdown for the gym and other stores and everything. So there is some kind of a support from the government, but it's not really enough to pay the rent and everything. So everyone goes bankrupt, and they have to shut down the gym and everything. So right now it's going good. Right now it's getting better. Yeah. But I just told you we had a holiday, Koreans New Year, Chinese New Year, or Korean New Year's. Yeah. So we have to wait for 2 weeks again to see if there's increase in coronavirus, or we have to see after 2 weeks.
Does he have a home gym, or he's able to train?
No, gyms are open.
Okay, gyms are open. Right. Okay. Yeah, so he's fine. He's fine.
He's fine. But gyms were until 9 o'clock, until 9 p.m. You can train until 9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
At night.
Okay.
And there are certain hours. There are certain hours of restriction.
Yeah.
And it's getting better. It was until 9. Now it's 10, or it's going better.
Good. So there's improvement. That's the main thing. As long as it's heading in the right direction, you guys are okay to train. So obviously his fans are going to be watching. Does Chul have any message for his fans watching this interview?
팬백에 대해서 뭐 한마디 하실 거 있나요? 왜냐하면 다들 형을 기대하고 있기 때문에.
뭐에 대해서?
그냥 팬들한테. 형이 그냥 팬들한테.
작년에 이제 내가 이제 프로 데뷔를 한 지 얼마 안 돼서 좀 이렇게 아마추어 때랑 프로 쇼 하는 거랑 좀 차이가 있잖아. 그 여러 가지 그런 케미컬이나 그런 것들 차이가 있기 때문에 그런 거를 잘 몰라서 지금도 계속 알아가는 추세인데 작년 시합 뛰면서 좀 많이 더 도움을 많이 받아서 알게 돼서 작년 시합 때면서 더 많이 알게 됐기 때문에 올해 시합은 더 자신 있다고 얘기해 주면 될 것 같아.
팬들한테?
팬들한테 그런 얘기하는 거 아니야? 아니면 운동을 더 열심히 하라고?
알겠어요.
그리고 이제 팬들한테는 그냥 이게 이 운동은 항상 꾸준히 해야 되니까 꾸준히 포기하지 않고 하면 성공할 거다 이런 식으로 얘기해 주면 될 것 같아.
So last year he had a coach in a chemical. There's in this show there will be chemical performance enhancing drugs.
Yep.
So he learned a lot from last year, and so he is very confident about this year, about this year performance. So they should be really exciting for his outcome.
Wow.
And for the fans is as long as they work hard, they will be very successful in any field. So he just said that.
Good. So, well, I'm kind of hoping. I secretly hoping maybe that if the career show doesn't go ahead, I really want to see him compete in America again. I really want to see that happen because I think he made a very good impression at the Olympia. It was nice because the thing is, he's a new face. He looked fantastic. He peaked beautifully for both shows. And I think the American fans and the global fans would love to see him compete in America later this year. So I would give some serious thought to that one, maybe even as well as the Korea Pro Show.
저 프로듀서가 말하길 저분이 형이 이제 여기 올림피아 후에 이제 뉴페이스잖아요. 그래가지고 이제 형이 미국에서 한 번만 더 시합을 뛰었으면 좋겠다. 아니 시합이 있으면 뛰래 아니면 뛰던지 몬스터짐 프로쇼랑 같이 뛸 수 있으면 뛰었으면 좋겠다. 왜냐하면 형을 기대하는 사람이 엄청 많다고 글로벌적으로 아니면 팬들 쪽.
일단 진짜로 그렇게 생각하고 있다고.
he's actually
프로쇼가 있어도 프로쇼를 뛴 다음에 바로 가서 미국 대회를 하나 더 나가고 싶다고.
He actually thought about it after the Monster Gym Pro Show. He actually wants to compete in America for another Pro Show.
Oh, fantastic. He got it out. He's got to. If he can travel, okay. I think it would be really good for him and good for his profile to be seen competing in America. It'd be very good.
Yeah. 형 프로파일 대해서 형 인지도를 올리기 위해서는 진짜 좋다고.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Which show do you recommend or do you want to see on stage?
Do you know a show I think that'd be really good if it goes ahead is the Athleticon if it goes ahead in October, I think that'd be a really good one because that's a huge because the Arnold Classic it's probably going to be September. That's a very high profile show, but it's invitation only. If he could go and do Athleticon in October, I think that'd be really good for his profile.
Atlanta?
Athleticon. The Rock.
Where is that?
It's in Atlanta, Georgia, I believe.
아틀란타 쇼 있잖아요. 아틀란타 쇼. 그거에 저분이 생각하기에 거기 딱 나가면 좋겠다고. 왜냐하면 아노드 클래식은 초대장이 필요하잖아요. 그리고 좀 프로필이 높은 애들이 많이 나오니까 딱 아틀란틱 쇼가 있는데 거기에 나가면 딱 좋을 것 같다고. 그렇게 조언을 해주시네. 물어봤어요 제가. 어떤 쇼가
하겠다고.
네. You will look into it.
Yeah, no, I think you should. No, I think it'd be fantastic. It'd be good for his profile, and if he can qualify there, go straight to the Olympia and try and get a higher place than 12th place. But yeah, gentlemen, this has been absolutely fantastic, and I wanted to give on. Like I said, some of the guys don't speak English. I think sometimes the other outlets overlook them, but I think it's really important to give the new talent, people like Chul, the publicity and the promotion they deserve because they're rising talents. I mean, I was so impressed. Because when I saw the photographs on his Instagram, I was thinking, is he going to, sometimes you see these guys that look great on Instagram and then you see them on stage and they don't quite look as good. Chul did. Chul did look as good.
What do you like about?
What I like, I just the huge wide shoulders, the small waist, the small joints. I just big freaky body parts, good symmetry, nice proportions, good aesthetics. He's got a very, very pleasing physique, and he's a very big guy as well. And I think he just keeps improving. I think he's going to do really well as a pro over the next few years. I really do.
형 저분이 생각하기에 형은 진짜 저분이 진짜 형 몸에 대해서 칭찬을 많이 했어요. 뭐 형 손목 같은 거, 뭐 관절 같은 게 너무 얇고 그리고 어깨가 진짜 넓고 복근은 허리는 얇으면서 그게 진짜 시미트리가 진짜 좋았다고 그 쉐이프가 모양새 이렇게 진짜 좋았다고 하면서 이제 한 몇 년 뒤, 한 몇 년 동안은 형이 계속 발전을 한다면 진짜 이 프로쇼에서 진짜 잘할 수 있을 거라고 믿고 있대요.
더 노력한다고 전해주세요.
He will work really hard.
Good. One thing. Keep that waist small.
형 저분이 진짜 형 허리를 최대한 얇게 계속 유지를 하래요.
Keep it small, and you'll do fine. You'll do great.
Is it right now? Is okay?
It's perfect. He just needs to keep it like that. Keep it small like that, because the shoulder to waist ratio, it's very impressive, and it's because he's tall, he's wide, he's like a Korean Dennis Wolf.
저분이 베이스가 얇으니까 어깨에 비해 얇으니까 데니스 울프처럼 느낌이 있다고 진짜 좋아하는.
데니스 울프 팬이라고 나도.
He likes Dennis Wolf.
He likes that. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Keep the waist small, and you'll be the Korean Flex Wheeler. How's that? There you go. Can't do better than that.
형 허리 얇으면 이제 플렉스빌러가 된다고. 한국의 플렉스빌러.
Okay.
Anything else you actually, because you saw him on the stage, anything else you want to tell him or advice for Cho?
Keep doing what he's doing. He looks fantastic. Seriously. When I saw him at the Monster Zim show, I was like, this guy's really, really good. You know, because you got the height, the structure, you know, like I said, the wide shoulders, the small waist, good condition, good separation. Just don't be in a rush, you know? Don't be in a rush.
저분이 말씀하기에 지금 다 괜찮다고 이제 천천히 계속 발전을 하면 진짜 좋은 결과가 있을 거라고 너무 서두르지 말고 그냥 천천히 계속 발전하는 모습이 있으면 좋겠다고 그렇게 말을 하네요.
올해 확실히 다른 모습을 보여드리겠다고.
Okay, he will show different a change, show better improvement this year.
Fantastic.
No worries.
Fantastic. Can't wait. And I hope to see you compete in America a little bit more often as well. But yeah, Chul and Eric, really appreciate you doing this, taking the time to do this. I know it's very late for you there. And I know that Chul doesn't do many interviews, so I really appreciate you taking the time to come on MD Global Muscle. Really appreciate it, guys.
진짜 고맙다고. 지금 인터뷰 시간도 늦었는데 이렇게 참여를 해줘서 고맙다고.
You're welcome.
Just speak some English.
I can actually speak English, you know that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay then, guys, all the best, and I will speak to you very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
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 Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On The Rise Media Studios with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined all the way from Liverpool, Nathan De Asha. Yay, Nathan. Thank you for joining us.
What's happening, buddy, right?
Mate, what a week.
Madness, innit?
Yeah, right. Okay, let's recap quickly. The last time I had you on, I had Zone Gym Andres Mitchley, who, like yourself, was in the national news for keeping your gym open during the pandemic. Since then, let's go right up to when we saw the video that you posted of your CCTV from your gym, which, to be honest, it shocked everyone. What happened that night, mate? Why were you there? What happened? Just take us through it.
So it was Sunday, mate. I was in the house with the kids watching the football. I got a phone call off the staff saying basically people in the gym, they can't get out. Police are still there being a pain in the ass. So normally I go down, you know, they talk to me, hit me with a fine, and then they go. This time they just weren't going, mate. Just weren't going. So then they had the fire marshal, because so everyone knows this. the police have no authority to enter the premises, right?
Right.
Because we're not committing a criminal offence, they have no power to enter the property. So people with, businesses, open your business, that's what I say. So the fire marshals and health and safety, they can access it because they have people's safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
We passed it last week in regards to health and safety, the environmental health. They then brought the fire marshal down on Sunday.
Yeah.
And again, we had the police over. I said, look, you can come in, have a look around. They came in, didn't find no one. The media reported that we failed the fire hazard because all the doors were locked. When we get our phones back, we'll basically air all the bullshit from all news reporters. The fire marshal passed the gym. The doors were not padlocked. There was not on our tenancy agreement. It states the fire door had to be kept closed unless there was a fire, or even incur £800 fine. Yeah. That was written on the fire door, sellotaped with the key in the lock, and the lock was there. Break the lock, and you pay £800. Unless you go to the premises behind you and speak to the business owner, then you can make a negotiation, because behind us is no business. So we spoke to the fire marshal. He said, "Okay, Nathan, we'll come back Monday morning, but everything's sound. You could change one of your locks on the side door." And he said, that'll cost you £12. I said, sound. I said, but end of the day is that I find this more safer, because if you're in a fire and there's smoke, you don't want to be able to smash glass, look for a key, put a keyhole in. I've just got 2 locks, slide across, and it opens and you're out. So the fire marshal went and said, look, to the police, we can't do nothing. He's passed everything. We can't do nothing. The police walked out. Police officer called Ben and then said, okay, Nathan, look, I know the score, mate. I'll leave now and we'll give you 10 minutes. We'll give you 20 minutes. And he knew the score, he knew people in the building. So he knew people 20 minutes and he'd get off.
Yeah.
We then, one Irish officer who was a pain in the fucking ass, mate. She wouldn't go. She got that airy, and she wouldn't leave. He spoke to Ben and Ben said, just go. This is a sergeant.
Yeah.
He said, just leave. This woman wouldn't leave. So it got hot and heated with the girl staff and this woman. She then called for backup. We literally had about 9 police cars swarming us, Yeah. Again, we released that footage on the storyline and stuff, and she put her hands on me, and I said to her, listen, look, don't put your hands on me because you're assaulting me. I said, if you weren't a woman, I'd beat you down. So don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. Because she was pushing me in the chest and in the face. I said, if your officer done it, then it'd be a different matter. You can't assault someone.
Had you met this? Had she been around before? No, was this a new?
Never met her, mate.
Right. Okay.
Never met her. Never seen her before. So she's still got. She's just a job's worth, mate. You can tell she's fresh out of college, and she's a bit pain in the ass. So then the police then wouldn't leave. I parked my car in my private land on the side, and I phoned the gym and said, "Listen, there's only 2 of them. Let's get ready to run. Get your cars and just fuck off." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any fines incurred, the gym will pay for them, or help us pay for them for those who are struggling. Mm-hmm. Everyone agreed at that sound. Within 2 or 3 minutes, mate, we had a ton of police cars come round. Mm-hmm. Apparently, someone's phoned the police. A girl in the gym had phoned the boyfriend to phone the police to say Nathan De Asha and the staff at Prophecy Gym have kidnapped her. She can't go.
Okay.
So that's kidnapping and lawful arrest. And he said, Nathan, look, we know, mate. Let them out, or you can get 10 years in jail. I said, Sam, look, nick me, and then go and get a Section 17 to enter the premises, mm-hmm. and then let's go from there. At the end of the day, mate, he said, you can nick me all you want, and I haven't kidnapped no one. So you're not going nowhere. The charge is bullshit. And he said, with your criminal past, listen, not ass, mate, it isn't going nowhere.
He said that? Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that. I said, listen,
what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
I said, listen, this is not going nowhere. He said, listen, you can shove it up your ass, because this is not going nowhere. And he said, okay. He said, listen, we've got the whole of Merseyside police force ready to boom your front door. They were his words. I said, okay, sound. So we phoned the staff. I said, look, they're going to come in. They're going to say, now that someone's done basically phone the police, they can now enter the building because it's, someone's life is at risk, right? Mm. So I said, look, here's the deal. There's 7 of them now, and they've said they're just gonna fine everyone. I said, okay, cool. So we've opened the door, as you see, mate, and everyone's just come out.
Yeah.
But, you know, first protocol, if someone's been kidnapped, you wouldn't go to assault them. You would go there and ask them, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you hurt? Come here, we'll look after you. But instead, Merseyside police went with batons. You seen it?
I saw that was the video. Just so we're clear, that was the video I saw with the policeman running after someone with batons. Yeah, because I saw that because it was obviously your gym, and I was like, hang on a minute, that's the same camera angle that was seen when your video.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, people think we docked the camera. I said, fucking hell, mate, I can barely use the computer. One man docked the camera. So, you know, they've assaulted everyone. So the first person to come out got assaulted. So everyone then ran, mate. Everyone ran.
Yeah.
It would have spoke to everyone and said, listen, come here. No one would have ran. But the second the door opened, the CS gas got sprayed. And then some of the lads ran.
So they're spraying your members?
Yeah, mate, with CS gas, pepper spray, straight away.
So the people that they said were being kidnapped, they then came out and they pepper sprayed and chased them with batons, which we saw on the video, clearly.
Yeah, mate, yeah. That's what happened, lads.
Okay.
Total bullshit, right?
Keep going. Tell me.
So then, you know, people have run, girls have run, and I've seen loads of the police, big men, mate, bigger as me and you know what I mean, hitting women with batons, you know, hitting a woman with a backhand.
They were attacking your female members with CS gas and batons, and all they were doing was coming out of the building and trying to leave.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you see the girls running.
Right.
On other camera angles we've posted on the gym.
Yeah.
So you know, to give a woman a backhand it's bad enough. If me or you give a woman a backhand, we'll get in jail for that, mate, or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The size of it. But for these thugs in suits to hit a woman and lads with batons, mate, it's taking the piss. So one of the lads have got past one of the officers, and then 4 of them have swamped on him, and they're beating shit out of him, literally beating shit out of him. So I've gone over, and I've just pushed one and said, fucking leave him alone, he's on the floor. He's beating him, just fucking leave him alone. You know what I mean? I said, Nathan, back off. I said, listen, I'll back off when you leave him alone. Yeah. So they've left it, and the kid's just been in the corner. I think he was about 19, no older than 20, mate, you know. So I've walked over to my car. The police then are slamming door steel gates on the cars because cars are getting past them and stuff. And then I'm at my car. And a young lad.
So you couldn't leave?
Yeah. Basically, we parked our car out of a car on the gates.
Yeah, I've been to your gym. There's the entrance, there's the parking space at the front where your car is parked, and then there's the big gate. So they were shutting the gates, so then you couldn't go to your car and leave. Yeah.
No, so we basically put another car in front of the green gate, right?
Okay.
So the people who basically ran away and who were parked in the car park could get out.
Yeah. And
they just kept then slamming the green gate at the cars, open the cars and stop, but the cars were just going past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm surrounded now by about 7 police officers, and then there's a young lad behind me, and literally he's in the corner crying. He's just being beaten. I'm saying to him, look, mate, are you all right? How's things? Get up and that. You're all right? And he's just sitting there. He's only young, mate, but he's scared. You know, I think he wasn't from Liverpool, like he thinks he's from Southport, but still, he's a young kid. I know him. He's a bodybuilding enthusiast. He comes to the gym because I own the gym. You know, he comes with his mum. You know, and I know him, mate. So the kids in the corner, shit scared. So then I'm arguing with the police, and then I had this one guy. Basically, he comes to the gym all the time, and we have conversation with him. He's holding the taser, saying, Nathan, this is fucking 10,000 volts. And I said, shove your taser up your fucking ass, lad.
Okay.
That is not putting me down, lads. That is not putting me down. Shove it up your ass. And I'm arguing with him, and there's one on the left, and the one on the left was all right at the time, mate. Yeah. He was okay. And I said, look, mate, so everyone's screaming. People are running in and out.
It's chaos.
Yeah, mate, so people are up. Now, at this time, we've got 3 doors in the gym open. The 2 side doors and the big door. People are running everywhere. I've got these people just surrounding me with a dog. And I'm arguing with them back and forth. I'm saying, listen, end of the day, mate, I'm not going nowhere unless you lock me car. You can arrest me once you lock me car. That's it. Just lock me car. That's all I'm asking. Put my windows up and lock me car, and then you can arrest me. This guy with a taser, you know, he's making things worse, screaming, and then the dog's barking, and the lad behind's upset. I said, look, just fucking lock me car, lad, and I'll go. That's it. I'm not asked. I said, look, your charge is bullshit. I'll be home in 20 hours. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So then the lad said, look, put his taser down. The officer wouldn't. So I said, look, go on my car then. So he's gone on my car, locked my car, put my handcuffs on. That was it. As he put my handcuffs on, mate, I said to him, you're a fucking shitbag, you lad. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And as I said that, he sprayed me with CS gas in the face.
He sprayed you?
And then, yeah, mate, so as I'm sprayed now, you can see me walking side to side.
Yeah. So how the video we've seen of you when you get taken to the floor, so what's the timeline? How long before? Was this literally right before or at the time?
Yeah, mate, so literally, I'm handcuffed.
Yeah.
And I said, you fucking shitbag.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he sprayed me in my eyes. And then you can see me then, like, I'm trying to walk. One's pulling me left, one's pulling me right.
Yeah.
But I'm half, everyone's been sprayed with it. In half days, it just dazes a little bit. And then because I haven't like gone, my eyes, and gone down, he sprayed again. And then his mates just knee me in the stomach.
That was the bit that I think shocked everyone, was the fact that you were restrained, you were handcuffed behind your back. I didn't realize in that video you'd been sprayed, and then he just did that MMA flying kick to your stomach. I think that was the bit that made us went, whoa, this is not right. This is way too far.
Yeah, so he hit me, mate, and then I stumbled back, and I weren't going to fight back because my kids are there. I know from previously you fight back.
You couldn't though, Nathan. You couldn't. You were handcuffed. What were you going to do? Headbutt them or kick them or knee them?
Even if you just hustle and bustle, mate, it makes things worse.
Yeah.
And my kids are there, and I knew we were on camera, and I knew that people were looking up to me and would have looked up to me if I'd done something bad. So it was all going through my mind. I just stumbled back, and then you can see one then come forward. After his knee me, one comes forward, and I just throw my shoulder and hit him on the jaw, and you see him then go down towards my legs.
Yeah.
And then just basically, mate, walking back and forth, and then as I'm doing that, mate, the fucking basically knee, as I've come down, they're pulling me down to the floor, and then when I'm on the floor, he sprayed me
again,
and then,
third time.
Yeah, and then I've heard, I'm out, and then they've got a fresh can, and just cake me.
You're kidding. So he said he'd run out of CS gas, so he's going to get some more pepper spray, or whatever it was.
I'm out. And then you sprayed me in the fucking face and the mouth. And then, mate, they just hit me in the back, kicking me in the head, standing on my ankles, batting me on the ankles and that. And, it is what it is. Yeah. I just thought, the people seeing what it was, mate, those in denial who think some mad conspiracies and whatever, not. And, end of the day, if someone's restrained, you don't know the threat. You can't go nowhere. Most you can do is run.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought he's not going anywhere. You don't need to assault a guy who's already shackled and he ain't going nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Don't then take him to the ground and then, because what was the bit where I saw where he looked like he was, I thought it was one or two things. He was either trying to part your legs so they could pick you up, put you in the van, or it looked like he was kicking or stamping you on your back of your legs.
Stamping on my ankles, he was, mate, yeah.
Right, okay.
So, mate, I said it before, so I ain't going to run nowhere. I'm 289 pounds. I'm not fucking going far. Do you know what I mean? So I went going too far, and then when I'm on the floor, you can see them standing on my ankles. You can see the knees going to my back.
Oh, it was horrible. Nathan, it was horrible to watch. It was horrible. It made me feel sick, mate. Made me feel sick.
And then just kick him in the head, and the officers were like, oh yeah, but the main thing about it is that they had to confess to knee me in the station. Because they knew they're on camera. If you look at the end of the video, one officer comes over in a big coat.
I saw that, yeah. The one from the bottom left.
Yeah. You see him come over, and then the guy who's kicking me in the head looks up, and you see the camera, and everyone starts dispersing. Then they all start dispersing, and then it makes it funny. Yeah, so they have to tell the sergeants why they need you. So they said we need him because we took a forceful knee. Because he was restraining arrest, and then when you get to the SCAS, that's give you like a letter, like a certificate, say for the after effects and after burn and that. Yeah. And then I got it states on it 2 cans. You know what I mean?
2 cans.
What the fuck? Do you know what I mean, mate? It's bizarre.
Yeah.
That's what happened as a business owner. You look back, mate, at Andreas, and you look back at like Reps Gym, Eddie Elwood's gym.
Yeah.
Police were sound, mates, walked in the gym were cool. I don't know why they felt the need to fucking to try and rush us. I haven't. To me, mate, that's the main. That's a good argument from a lawyer to have when we're taking to court, because that's what's happening. But I just think it's fucked up, isn't it?
Do you know what? If it was a case of you just being arrested for keeping the gym open, I would say, look, let's discuss about maybe the back and forth, day after day after day, getting fines coming. I saw you the one where he's like, you're shining the light in my eyes, and and all the back and forth. I can imagine, maybe there's a discussion there, because if with but the fact is that kind of gets thrown out by what we saw. That was not, you wouldn't. Even if you weren't handcuffed, that was not acceptable, the knee to the stomach. You don't get assaulted by police, you get restrained. I mean, that guy, they actually assaulted you. Watch the footage. And also, we put the footage in last episode, and YouTube demonetized the video,
Yeah, they do, mate, they do. It's censored everywhere.
It's censored, yeah.
Censored everywhere. I don't know why. Mesa police saying it's an ongoing investigation. We can't release body cams. We'll release your body cam. And if you're in the right... Yeah, mate, it's like saying me and you are arguing, debating. I've got evidence. Yeah, my evidence is out there, but yours isn't. Yeah. You'll release your evidence to back up yourself. And we have a lot of fucking Karens out there in the world, and even they were saying, I don't agree that gym's being open, but the lad didn't deserve a beating like that. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to, mate. Is why would you need to beat a gym owner? He was restrained anyway, but yet you're still going above and beyond. If that's me or you, I've been in jail for fighting before, mate, and I didn't, obviously I hurt the person, but more than what I was hurt myself, but I didn't kick him when I was on the ground.
Yeah, so, it was kicking you when you were down. That was and there was loads of them, mate. It was like, I grew up in a pub, and I've seen people when they've been on the floor, and I've seen people get their head stamped on when they're out cold, and you think there's nothing more cowardly than that. It's such a dick move, mate.
That's a Section 18 with intent, mate. That's one under attempt murder. That's the charge. Yeah. If that's me or you, mate, that's the charge. You don't get bail. So you don't get bail from it. You go to court. You go to, you get me, man. What difference are these people in suits and a badge to me or you, mate? They should be held at a higher platform than me and you. So the punishment for them should be a lot higher. Yeah. Because they're trained to be to have restraints. Yeah. And for whatever said, that's their training. No,
it's like when I saw the video and I was like, there was no audio, and it was like, well, even if I couldn't even imagine anything. There's nothing you could say that could garner that response, that kind of response. It's like, it doesn't, because they're trained to go, look, just stick him in the van. He's just, they get it every Saturday night when they're arresting people in town, in the city centre and stuff. So it's like, look, there's nothing, I was trying to think, I can't find a single justification for that level of that kind of attack. It was an attack. It was assault. That's exactly what it was. It was an assault. So after the video, what happened? I mean, where were you taken? What happened?
You get taken to Sash, which is miles from my house. Miles, mate. It's outside of Liverpool. We get charged with 45 counts of kidnapping, two assault police charges, and then reckless driving. The young lad who I'd seen getting beat up by the police. Yeah. I didn't know until I was in the police station. He got arrested as well for assault police. But they're saying that assault police charge, right? I didn't know this, but it's actually an assault. If you make a police officer feel intimidated, that's an assault. So I said, that's the case.
Stop it.
That's assault.
No, come on. No, you're kidding me.
People can drop comments on this, and that's the law, mate. If you make the police feel intimidated, that's an assault on police. So my argument was, well, you do assault then 24/7 because you make everyone feel intimidated. That's an assault, mate, on police. I didn't know. So because I was so big and I don't feel like I'm big because I'm bigger than the average person. Yeah, I make them feel intimidated. So that's assault on police, mate, and that's the charge I've been given with the kidnapping. Now the charges won't go nowhere, but with them arresting me, gives them the right then to enter the premises, right? So with everyone saying you got raided, we didn't. We let the police in. The police had no authority to come into the gym, like I said before. We let them in. So once you've been arrested, then your police can go into the building because you're under arrest, right? Yeah. But they went under the Section 17, I think it was called. They then took my two computers, my two tills, the tills from the gym. Yeah. My Wi-Fi box, hoping it was the CCTV. Yeah. Mate, I'm from the hood, lad. My CCTV is well hidden away. you get that. You're having to fucking climb some mad obstacles. Our hard drive is way away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they've took the seat. They've took and it says fucking talk. They've took the fucking talk box, hoping it would be CCTV. Then they've took our phones and stuff and took products from the gym and whatnot. And it's just literally BS, mate. What they've done.
Honestly, mate, it doesn't even sound like I said. Even if that video hadn't have gone out, it doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound, but like we all saw it, and I mean, there was such a powerful response. I mean, I saw so many people sharing it, so many comments, hundreds of comments. So what was? Sorry, take us through what happened next. So you went to the Sash. Is it Sash?
So when it's the Sash, it was the St. Anne's police station.
Right. Okay.
We went there, mate. Kept us for 21 hours. Basically, the bailed me under RUI, released under investigation.
Yeah.
From them, mate, they've given me an order on the gym. But while we're in jail, they basically now took the door off the gym. He had the keys to the gym. Jesus. I remember our staff offered him keys.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, we're not coming into the gym. We don't need to." They come back when we're in jail, took the fucking door off the gym, and the council then give us a prohibition notice. It's not our first, mate. It's not our last. We don't care.
Okay.
So they give us a prohibition notice on the door saying you can't enter. Go to court. We've had two letters saying go to court the next day, and the council thought they were clever. They have to serve it a prohibition notice, and then 48 hours later, you have to go to court, right? So no lawyer can look through all that stuff in 48 hours. They've served us the prohibition notice on the Monday. We're in court on a Wednesday. We get out of jail Monday night, right?
Yeah.
He then comes to the house, a couple of police vans and a riot van come to my house, hand us the evidence that they've given us on Tuesday night at 11:30.
Oh, you're kidding.
Never mind, we're in court. We're in court Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
But the evidence 11:30 at night. The evidence just states there's 35 complaints. Yeah. Adam Fair saying we're a nuisance. We're a nuisance to society, to the residents. One guy was a lorry driver, not from Liverpool. He slept in.
Hang on, I've been to your gym. Your gym's on like an industrial estate. There's no
yeah.
There's no people around. It's all businesses and gated, and it's on the outskirts of town. It's not in the city centre.
What they're doing is illegal. These ASBOs, antisocial behaviour orders, are illegal. What the council are doing, mate, but judges are letting them pass. It's illegal. Antisocial order is if you are an annoyance, right?
Yeah.
To the residence area. If there's firearms, like crack dens, they have ASBOs, right?
Yeah.
Nightclubs have ASBOs because they sell alcohol. People can be in danger. So that's what they're giving you, right? That's what they're giving you there.
Okay.
And, so our neighbours, all our neighbours in our area, every small business in our next door neighbour over the road, all you have on camera said the gym is not a nuisance. We don't have a problem with it. So the judge will uphold the ASBO because that's what they do. They're all in this together, mate. So they probably uphold them on the 22nd when we're in court.
Yeah.
He's given me permission to go in the gym, and we don't really care, mate. We'll come and go as we please, really. But all they're doing, mate, is just basically bullying the smaller business. You know, and we had people like I said before. There's 35 complaints. I go back 35 complaints. One person complained 4 times. Yeah. She walked the dog, and the gym's a nuisance. You'd be in the gym, mate. The gym doors were down, shutters were down, gates were closed. How are we a nuisance?
You're not. I can't. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. No, like I said, I've been there. I know the layout.
You can't hear the music. Yeah. So we're not a nuisance.
Yeah.
We don't park in our car park. We park in the neighbour's car park, who allows us to park there.
Okay.
They own the whole land. So we're not a nuisance to no one. One guy who's a foreign driver. Yeah, he phoned up and said, "Oh yeah, the gym's open." That's one. Yeah. People then posting on. No, people. We tell people not to. They post on Instagram, putting throwbacks when they're in the gym, and the court are using that as saying. Well, I said, look,
2 years ago.
It's a throwback.
Yeah.
If they say throwback, I don't know when that's from. They weren't in my gym, so that's the only evidence I've got, mate. We've now got 200 signatures and references to prove the council wrong. We are not a nuisance, you know. So whatever they're going to do, mate, it's a massive bill of corruption. You know, I stated before, you know, what difference are me and you and everyone else's business compared to ASDA? I put a video up yesterday. which is today, which is Sunday, 14th, of Asda, right?
Yeah.
I was in Asda. There's over 1,000 people in Asda, mate. 1,000 people in Asda.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that's social distancing, picking up tins of beans, putting them down, picking up bananas, putting them down.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Putting them down. So with a gym and a small business, you can tell people you can't come in. You can't come in. You can do this, you know. And I've got a friend who works in Asda. He was a security guard. He phoned man and said, look, there's too many people in the shop. And the reply was, let them in or they'll shop elsewhere. So what's the difference, maybe? You know, and they're saying it's essential. If there's no respect people who believe in the virus, I do believe there's a virus there. If it's so essential, you can get the food delivered to your house, mate. You don't need to open the store.
That's
you
true.
Can shop online.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do Amazon. You have no if there's people so scared, you can do all these things. But obviously these big corporations, I don't know what it is, and compared to the smaller business, to me now, mate, you know, the cure is worse than the virus, and it's no longer about health. It's not.
Let's talk about the media attention it's received and the kind of overall, because you've been getting a lot of feedback on the social media and everything. What would you say is the overall overarching kind of response to what you've experienced?
Mate, 99.9% of people, even those who believe in the virus, they say, if you're willing to go to a gym, let them go to a gym. Yeah. They want to put their lives in danger, then so be it. The guy was assaulted for no reason. That's what the staff are saying, mate. The only people who are saying that we are bad and malicious are the media, mate. Is the Liverpool Echo, Scummish, mate, worse than the Sun now. You know, the Daily Mail. They're all putting it out there. They're denying the fact that the CCTV is there. They're saying that a young gentleman, it looks like he might have been hit. You can see he's hit because he goes down.
Yeah.
You can see him because it go down. You know, the media, mate, portraying the left and the right. That's what they're doing. Why not just show the actual truth?
Yeah.
Then people start buying your papers and reading it. But you're just not. They have their own narrative. Yeah. And it's wrong, mate, and it's disgusting because just show what's there. You know, the video hasn't been doctored.
So what about any media outlets that have seen the video? Have they been supportive, or are they literally just all clubbing together on this? To
be honest, mate, we've had BBC on the line wanting to interview. I don't care publicity, mate. I don't. That's why the first tier 3 lockdown, you didn't see me on the telly. I don't care for it. I don't do this for media coverage. You know, if you want to be known, be known for bodybuilding. I don't care about the gym being open and people say, "I'll get more following likes." I don't give two flying fucks, mate. And no disrespect. Like, you either love me or you hate me. I am who I am. You see me on social media, and I say what I want to say. So when BBC Granada have approached me this morning, say what I'm not interested because their narrative is going to be.
They're going to. So you feel like they're just going to stab you in the back and just they've even made their decision before they've even spoken to you.
Yeah, mate. That's all they're going to. No, not going to hear our side of the story. Yeah. Just going to hear Doug keeps this gym open. Police were right. Yeah. That's all you're going to hear. You're not going to, and that's all he stated in the press, and that's all. I mean, BBC right now are coming back for more and more information and stories and want to do and whatnot. But I'm just like, I can't really bother. The story's there.
Thing is,
told them my side. Deal with it.
It's like you can see the headlines, can't you? Sort of the race. They'll possibly bring race into it. It'll be bodybuilder, steroid. It'll be all the typical, the same old stuff we've seen 1,000 times before.
I'm sure there's, mate, and that's why I don't care for it. Yeah. It's sad that people have a narrative in this day and age. It really is. But if something's out there, how blind must you be to see something that for what it is? Yeah. You must be totally blind to see that what's going on. It's no longer about health. It's just not. Yeah. It was health. Obesity is the #1 cause of death for this coronavirus. Yep. But yet you're still locking down gyms, swimming pools, all these things that can help you. But what produces obesity? McDonald's, Subway, KFC. These businesses are still open. Even the example of Costa. How's Costa essential, mate? Coffee is not essential. Yeah. So, and also for the small business owner, a young gentleman on the day I got assaulted in Manchester. He opened his restaurant, a cafe, to serve coffee and cupcakes. The police punched him in the face. Now, what difference is his cafe than Costa? Besides Costa cost to pay millions and millions. But yeah, that money doesn't even go to the UK economy anyway. They avoid taxes. But yeah, these people are all there, you know, reaping off it. You know, the guy from Amazon, he's never been so rich ever because of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All people want to do, mate, is just earn a living, train, and just get on with the life.
Yeah. So what was this video I saw where there was a lot of people congregated outside your gym? There was a guy with the big guy. So the police were there, and it all seemed very peaceful, but it was like a bit of a protest. Tell us about that.
Okay, so what happened is that I refused to close my gym.
Still. Wow. Okay.
I'm trying to tell people this, mate. For everyone who watches this, you cannot lose your business. You just cannot lose your business with this. People think they can, but you can't. So, you know, they may threaten you with fines and whatnot. The fines aren't worth the paper they're written on. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. We've had 7,000 fines. They're nowhere to be seen. They don't exist on the ACRO report. So I'm trying to tell people, look, they can threaten you. That's it. You know, all you are, mate, is just dogs barking loud.
What do your fines total then? Do you know, or do you not? Does it just?
I have no idea.
You don't even care.
The last one was 7,000. They normally take 20 days to come through.
Yeah. Lost you there a bit.
I just replied. Open your business, because people rather be scared to lose your business, you know, if you can open up, or lose it and not try nothing. So when we on Thursday, we don't I didn't do a gathering because that's illegal.
Okay.
I just stated to everyone that, you know, I'm opening my gym at 12 o'clock because I'm scared. I'm scared for my safety of Merseyside police might assault me if anyone wants to come and see that I'm safe. And so be it. Okay. It wasn't a mass gathering. It wasn't a protest. I didn't state that. I just stated I'm scared. So if anyone wants to come and watch me be safe, you're more than welcome. A good few people come and turned up, you know, made the stance. We had probably a quarter, I'd say half of Merseyside police attend.
Oh my God.
That's great taxpayers' money.
And each cop's got 4 cans of CS gas just in case.
And mate, you know, they're on £80 an hour for that. £80 an hour.
Oh,
mate.
Really?
I issued a statement on my Instagram for this COVID that they get paid 4 times the amount per hour. £80 an hour they're on, mate. £80 an hour. Okay. So now do you understand why cops with police are willing to work overtime right now? £80 an hour. I'd work it myself. And, you know, they say that they understand the boat we're in. Yeah. Well, no, you don't, because you haven't been out of work for a year. Us taxpayers have been paying your wage for the year.
And and it is a relatively new gym as well. So you're still, I mean, I've been a couple of times, and each time you show me around, you say, well, I've spent money on this, I've spent a ton of money on this. And, you know, and it's like you're at a crucial state of your business where you're trying to build it and get it, you know, in the black, you know, get it profiting, you know, and obviously you invested a lot of money and time and staff.
We've been open 2 years, and in them 2 years, we've been trading we've been open 2 years, 4 months. Them 2 years, 4 months, we've been trading 15 months.
Oh, see, that could kill any business dead.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, 50. If it weren't for myself, you know, having savings, we wouldn't survive, mate. And that's the God's honest truth. We wouldn't, you know, when my members sticking by me, keeping direct debits going, the loyal ones. We've had many people who have cancelled, but so be it, you know. And we've had so many members who stuck by us through thick and thin. So many people who are struggling with, you know, my members are the most wealthiest, and, you know, they're struggling, but they're struggling with, you know, with finances, but they're still paying the gym membership. Yeah. I can't respect that more, mate. Because they know that gym is more than a gym; it's a community for them. It's a sanctuary, and for them to keep paying that, mate, that's massive, mate. That's all we're doing it for. Is people who need it, you know. And if they we had one guy speaking, the police wouldn't let him speak on Thursday. He spoke about his mental health. He said, if I didn't have this gym, I'd hang myself. I've tried to hang myself many times. I've walked on railway tracks, tried to kill myself. It's people like that you do it for, mate. People say to me, Nathan, are you willing to go to jail? Are you willing to lose your business? If I can save that man's life, mate, I'd lose my business for it. I'd lose my license to trade. That I would not be fazed, mate, because that person's life is worth more than any piece of fucking steel in that gym. Yeah. Know what I mean?
Was that the guy that gave you the card? I saw on Instagram. He said the card. He's thanking you for saving his mental health and all that. Because at the end of the day, it's been a lot. I mean, a lot of people have really struggled. You know, everyone's been affected, but some people more so. You know, some people are in a bad state before this pandemic hit. You know.
Yeah, it's what it is, mate. And that's what people are doing it for, mate. And that's the reason we're doing it for. You know, if we, you know, I said to people all the time, listen, mate. We won't close if we can help anyone, mate. Whether that's, you know, financially, we do food banks at the gym right now. You see us, like we do charity for Christmases. We do an Easter one every year. We're a community built gym. You don't get that with these corporate gyms and these corporate companies. They're just here to take your money. And that's why I tell you all the time, spend local, go to your local salons, go to your local shops, spend local. When you start taking the money out of these corporate mouths, then you'll start seeing it, mate, and start realising that got to be involved with the community, and that's the way it is, mate. You know, I've seen it in Kuwait and stuff in the Middle East. It's all community based. They spend the money with themselves, and everyone prospers. Everyone, keep your money in your area, and that's the best way to be.
So, 2 final questions before I let you go, Nathan. What do you think is going to happen, and what do you want to happen moving forward?
I know that they're going to try and extend this prohibition just for 3 months. I don't give, you know, 2 F's, mate. It is what it is. Doesn't affect me, lads, in no state of mind. But what I would like to happen is that the judge would see what's going on in society, see the stats, see the science. Yeah, it's not a pandemic no more. It's no longer about health. It's about something else. So just look, just see what's happening, and let you know whether the gym opens for people with mental health issues or whether it opens at all. Just see it from our perspective. That's all we ask. We know it's not going to happen. We know this. We know, even Andreas said, we know the court is stitch up. They're against us from the word go. You haven't got a fighting chance. We haven't. So that's all we're doing, mate. We're out there fighting the cause. People just get behind us, open the gyms, and hopefully, mate, very soon we see these police officers lose the badge, and hopefully be on charges like me or you, because they are no difference. And we know the names. We know the call numbers, because one of the colleagues who raided, or sorry, 2 of the colleagues who came into the gym to give fines out are members of ours. Members of ours, mate.
Okay.
You know, I was going to post this picture, but I thought it's not right. He come in the gym, said hello, put his face down, was embarrassed. And this colleague, mate, has been in the gym over lockdown. Being in the gym over lockdown, and he comes into the gym and issues fines.
Oh no! Okay, yeah.
How critical is that? You know, he knew. You could tell he didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
it was his job, and we understand that. Yeah. You know, but so we know everything about them, and you know, there's always a few bad eggs. There always is in every business, but.
I honestly do. I hope that the guy with the CS gas and the knee to the stomach, the people that are kicking you down, I hope something does happen to them. I hope, as in terms of charges pressed, because that for me was way over the line. There was no justification for whatever standpoint you have with this. I just thought, no, that has to be addressed. I know they tried to maybe, like you said, get the CCTV in or whatever, the routers and everything. But, you know, at the end of the day, that can't just be swept under the carpet now. They can't just try and scare you into submission so you won't press charges on that, because that was really, really bad. Yeah,
mate. Thank you, bud. But charges are going ahead straight away. We have a good lawyer, mate, from down London.
Okay.
Who's taken on the cause, you know. This is right up her street. Her good friend, like her brother, she said, you know, follows me on Instagram. He trains in Muscle Works Gym. Give them a shout out. She trains there now and then. And you know, basically he showed her the video, and she reached out, mate, straight away, and this is right up her street. So fingers crossed, mate, we can get justice, because if they're doing this to me on camera, I imagine what they're doing to those people off camera, those people who say this happened. I won't ever believe them, because the police are always right. So I hope we do find the justice there, and I hope they do lose the job, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the question that's going to be raised. Is like, you know, you were lucky to get that footage out, really, which really, you know, has created this tidal wave of support for you. You know, like overwhelmingly the majority for you. You know, I mean, there's always going to be a few people that say, "Well, he shouldn't have done it," but at the end of the day, that was plain old assault. That was a plain assault. You were restrained, and I think that was too far. So Nathan, mate, I really appreciate you coming on and telling us your story, mate, because this was shocking, to be honest. This was shocking, and it's thank you for coming on and giving us a chance for you to get your story out, you know, because I just hope it settles down. I said this last time when he came on with Andreas, you know, on the split screen. I just hope it all ends okay, and we can kind of all get through this awful situation, which is causing so much of a knock-on effect, you know.
Yeah, it's sad times, mate. It really is, and I hope, mate, the governments, see sense. Yeah. And realise, let us just live our lives, protect those who are vulnerable, the elderly, they have this vaccination. If they want to take it, let them take it. But those, who don't, mate, just let them live their life. I stated today I'd gladly sign a waiver to say if I get this COVID, I don't want to go to the hospital, you can fight it. It's we've seen the stats anyway on it. So I just hope the government come to reality and see the science rather than see the money, basically.
Okay. All right, Nathan, thank you so much for coming on, mate. And please keep us updated. And like I said, we'll stay tuned to your social media. And I don't know what to say, really. Just, it's so much to absorb here. It's so much to take in. I just hope people really, really listen to you carefully and, like I said, I just hope it reaches I just hope it sorts itself out, mate. I really do, for your sake and everybody else's sake, because this was chaos. This was a mess, and I think it's, I just hope that people start doing the right thing,
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah. Thanks for having us on.
All right, Nathan. Thank you so much for coming on, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.
Take care, buddy.
Cheers,
God
buddy.
Bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it is shout-out time now for Season 4, Episode 7 of MD Global Muscle. Who do we have first? Okay, this is our very, very good friend and MD Global Muscle regular, Milos Sarcev. 599,000 followers. And with Milos, they ain't bought because he's cool. Come on, Milos, only following 989 people. Right. Okay, now the big news with Milos this week is, I wasn't aware of this actually until I saw this post, but he's moved to Vegas. He's moved from, I think, very famously, this gym in Fullerton in California. So that's just a repost. It's not a video. So he's moved. Yeah, let's watch this. Oh, no. Oh, so he's not opening a gym. I think he's just moved to Vegas because Iris Kyle and Hidetada, the very well-known couple in the bodybuilding, obviously the 10-time Olympia champion. Hidetada was a very, very well-known open competitor, originally from Japan. I was in a car crash once with Hidetada.
You're still alive?
No, seriously, it happened. It was Stan Efferding was at the Arnold Classic, and he was giving us a lift to from when it used to be at the Veterans Theatre back to the Expo. That was all in the one venue. And he gave us, me and Hidetada were in the back. Sorry, I'll just tell us a quick story. Me and Hidetada were in the back of the car, and Stan Efferding was in the front. Obviously, he's a big guy, very, very well, champion powerlifter. And some guy cut him up. That's an American phrase. Is that cut him up? Cut him up. That's what we say in the UK. We say cut him up. He kind of, he slipped out into his lane. Sorry, cut him off. Well, cut him off, yeah. And the guy clipped the front of Stan's hire car. So of course he pulled over. The guy gets out and he's like, even though it was his fault, Stan switches off the engine. He had shorts and a vest on. Bearing in mind, like, Columbus is the most coldest place on earth. And he gets out the car. And the guy went, "Oh, it's fine. It was my fault. It's my fault." I mean, Hidetada, Hide, were just like sinking, like just like two little like giggling school kids in the back of the car. It was so funny. Oh, I wish I'd had my phone. I think that was around 2013, 2014, something like that. But anyway, just a little side story there for you. So, so he's moving. I'm trying to find a post where he says he's moving. Where is it? Where is this? Also, he had... what's he doing about books and stuff? So Milos had COVID. He had COVID from the Olympia. So he caught that. He said him and his wife both very, very ill. I think I love about Milos. He puts so much effort and thought into his Instagram posts. He gives a lot of value. He gives a lot of information. He'll write about contests from the 90s because he was basically in all of them. He did all of them. I think he said he did every single pro show organized. I mean, how do you even stay in condition that much to be in every single pro show? Any post you want to click on, Kalim? Just pick one.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
That was funny.
This one.
Yeah.
This is Milos Sarcev. That is Ernie Taylor. That's Ernie Taylor, the British bodybuilder I was telling you about. Yeah, was it you that asked me about Ernie Taylor? Yes, Ernie Taylor. Yeah, he started his career in 97. He was third in the Night of Champions in 1997. Made top 10 at the Olympia in 2003. Second to Jay Cutler at the 2003 British Grand Prix. And then he had his bike accident and he tore his pec, hurt his shoulder. And that basically effectively, he skidded on some diesel in Wales. And that was effectively his bodybuilding career over. But he got a big payout. I think it was over $1 million. There's Chris Cormier, our friend, Chris. And the clown is Mike Matarazzo, the guy with the famous arms and famous calves, no longer with us. But I bet those old photo shoots. Oh, look at Kevin Nerone there. Kevin Nerone sipping his Givas. This is in Moscow, 1997. I think this was the one that Ronnie Coleman won. Yeah, Moscow, Russia. Yeah. So Kevin Nerone was basically winning all of them. And this was obviously the one where Kevin did the vodka and coffee the night before with Ronnie Coleman. And so he's obviously drinking a beer because he gave him the advice that basically helped him beat him. So and there's Milos. God, Milos has got some great memories, isn't he? He did all those pro shows, still so heavily involved in the sport. Is this Chul who we've just had on the show? Is this Chul? No, it's a different guy. God, he's awesome. We've got some fantastic bodybuilders coming from... Where's this from? Where's this guy from? I don't know. Where is it? Doesn't say. God, he's awesome. Right, okay. Yeah, I think he works with and preps with a lot of athletes. But Milos is cool. Always fantastic guest on Global Muscle. And I always appreciate the time he gives us because he's a really well-respected guy in the industry. And here he is. Let's see what he was like in his heyday. Yeah, that's his gym. That was the famous gym where all the photo shoots happened. Dennis Wolf, Hida Tada, Flex Lewis. I'm trying to think who else there was. His abs. I don't want to say, do you see abs like that anymore? Because you do. But, I mean, look at that midsection. I mean, it's just so, on an open guy. Imagine if every open guy had abs like that, you know.
You'll be winning left and right.
Yeah. I mean, look at him there. He's awesome, isn't he? He was fantastic. And I love the way he's still so passionate about the industry, still so involved. That was Kevin Nerone at a photo shoot at his gym. I'm proud to be a photographer in this instance. Oh, there's a Chris Lund photo shoot at Milos's Powerhouse gym. And so he's obviously helping with the... I just happened to have a camera, so I asked Kevin for a couple of poses and just look at these shots. Just unbelievable. Pictures don't do him justice. What year was this? I don't want to say what this year was. 97. I don't know what year it was. I'm trying because I can usually tell by the physique and the hairstyle. I want to see. Yeah, that must have been the 90s because Kevin's legs were at their biggest then. From 2001 onwards, his legs started to go a little bit smaller. Kevin Nerone, my all-time favorite bodybuilder. Yeah, said that many, many times, and he's been on Global Muscle twice as well. So Milos, good luck with the move to Vegas. Hope it all goes well, and we appreciate your contribution to the industry, mate. Really do. Yeah, cool guy. Okay, second is Brendan Ahern from RCSS. Actually worked with Brendan, still kind of do with the Ronnie Coleman show I do. Nothing but a podcast. I've known Brendan since 2012. I was there when they launched RCSS. This is Ronnie Coleman's supplement company, RCSS. I was there when they launched at the Arnold Europe in 2012. I was there when they sold their very first tub, their very, very first sale. And now, RCSS is a hugely respected international company. This is a company that's not just managed to survive, but it's managed to thrive and grow during all these different changes in the industry. You know, the supplement industry can be such a, here today, gone tomorrow thing. A lot of companies pop up, they get huge, and then they just either they sell out or they go bankrupt. But RCSS success is obviously down to Ronnie and Brendan's, and obviously his team. You know, they've still got a lot of the original team members. But he is a guy. I remember Kevin Horton, his friend, telling me that it's Brendan Ronnie. Yeah, that's a cool shot. Look at that. Yeah, cool guy. Yeah, they used to have a lot of like staff parties and stuff. So. But yeah, it was Brendan's birthday today, I believe. He's 37. So, I mean, he's so young and he's still so successful. But I worked for Brendan back in 2014, 2016 as a UK market manager. And he was fantastic to work with and still is, because obviously I do the Ronnie Coleman show, which we produce in this very studio. But yeah, really, really good guy. Yeah, one of the industry's real, because obviously the supplement industry can be so, well, it's a lot of sharks in it. I'm not gonna. I started working in it back in '99, and never fails to amaze me how many con men there are. But no, it's true. It's true. There's a lot of crooks and sharks in this business. A lot of get rich quick guys who'll bullshit their way to big turnover. A lot of companies have done that, But Brendan, one of the good guys. So I just want to wish you a happy birthday, mate. And there's his lovely wife, Carly. So I've got 3 children now, and moved to Florida because they wanted to move the manufacturing plant with they moved from Boca Raton. No, they moved to Boca Raton from Boca Raton. No, I forget. I've been there actually. I've been to the head offices in 2012. But God, looks lovely that, doesn't it? Look at that nice, doesn't it? Florida. So you see, apparently Biden's making it tricky to travel to Florida now. So it's going to be that means not good things for bodybuilding shows. I'm assuming. I've been told. Why Florida? Just that particular state. I don't know. Apparently Biden's putting restrictions on travel to. That's what I've heard. That's what I've read on the MD forum. But what's this? Is this a swimming pool? Wow, this looks cool. Oh wow, look at that. Liam finally cashed in on his long-awaited birthday gift. We fished, surfed, hiked, jumped off waterfalls, rode ATVs, worked out on the beach, howled at monkeys, and just laid back with great company. It was a trip to remember. Wow, okay. Wow, fantastic. Yep, RCSS, one of the good companies out there. God, husband, father, RCSS, co-founder and CEO, entrepreneur. Yeah, fantastic guy. Love Brendan. Cool dude. Right, okay. Next shout out is to Big Dennis James. 1.2 million followers. James Dennis. 118 following. Yeah, oh well, he's obviously focused on what he's doing. So I think sometimes it pays to stay in your own lane and not focus so much what other people are up to. I mean, how much time do you spend scrolling and looking at bullshit on Instagram, eh? Well, guilty. Right, okay. Now, Dennis, like Milos, very, very well-respected competitor in the industry. And he is someone that has not just maintained relevance, but he's maintained a really, respectful position in the industry. He's become a show promoter, show promoter there. MC at the Olympia. Fantastic bodybuilder. Look at that. That was at the 2001 Arnold Classic. I can tell straight away. I think was he third there? I think Chris Cormier was second. Ronnie was first. A lot of people say this was Ronnie Coleman's best ever look, 247 pounds. Personally, I prefer the 2003 or the 98 or 99 Olympia was very impressive. But yeah, this was one of Dennis James's best looks. So Panic Mode. Yes, because obviously he was when Ramy went to stay with Dennis James before the Olympia, there were certain media outlets saying, oh, Ramy's in panic mode. He's gone to stay with Dennis because everything's going horribly wrong. And so Dennis started hashtagging panic mode. But so yeah, he kind of owns it, because I think he was the one that gave them the Q8 oxygen, the Camel Crew name, and he got a lot of flack for it, but then they kind of owned it and hashtagging it everywhere now. So anyway, main reason I want to give DJ a shout out is because he is starting his own podcast. So I think I've put a comment on here actually somewhere. Is it on there? Can't see it. Yeah. So yeah, this is Yeah, Dennis has always made himself available for Global Muscle, and I always appreciate that. And so when somebody else in the industry starts something, I like to give promotion and a bit of credit to it because, yeah, it's like I said, he's done a lot for my show, and I just want to pay it forward, really, and pay it back. So here's another one about his. Let's watch this. Stay tuned to see what the Menace is up to. Can we put sound on this? Oh.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I'll try it. Oh, let's just minimize that.
What's up, guys? Dennis James here. IFBB Professional Bodybuilder, or as you know, the Menace. Thanks to JW Media and, of course, Wings of Strength. This is going to be my new office from now on for the Menace podcast. Stay tuned for more info.
Oh, so he's got it at Jake Wood's studio in what's it? Where is the Phoenix, Arizona? Well, he's from there, isn't he? So it's probably not too far for him to travel. So this makes perfect sense because I believe Jake Wood is building a huge new studio for his shows, the Sean Ray Bobchick show, the Femflex Friday, with Alina Popper and Lenda Murray. So this makes perfect sense. Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, he deserves all the support and recognition in the industry because this is a good show. Yeah. Okay, so that looks good. Yeah, we got nice mics there. This has been something I was looking forward to for so long, and it is so much fun. Flex presents the Menace podcast. Stay tuned for more info. Big thanks to Jake Wood Media. Yeah, cool. Okay, right. Okay, I just want to give that a bit of a shout out. Okay, next one is yours, Carleen. This is Valentina Mishina, 3-time Olympian. Chicago Pro 2019. I'm assuming she won that. Romania Muscle Fest. I'm assuming she won that one as well. And she's got, a gold medal there. Silver medal at the Ferrigno, Orlando Europa, Omaha Pro, Atlantic Coast. She's a Gaspari athlete. Now, 150,000 followers. Wow. Okay, that's impressive. Valentina is a women's physique competitor, and she's actually one of my favorites. I think she's absolutely amazing. I love the shape of her quads in particular, her conditioning. She's got a beautiful look. So, Kaleem, I'm going to hand this over to you in terms of which ones want you to pop up. So, okay. She looks different there, doesn't she? She looks like Kai Green. Right, okay. Oh, don't do that. Oh, I hate stuff like that.
Oh, no, I've
Okay.
seen so many stories.
No. I can't look at stuff like that. Oh, actually, it's not that much of a drop, but she probably hurt us. She probably whack her head.
40 foot.
Right, okay. So just, there's another one. She looks like Kai Green again there. So I wonder why she likes Kai Green so much. Is she just a fan? I'm more a friend, or?
Probably.
I know which one you want to look at, the stage one. Yes. Yeah, you like to keep it wholesome, don't you?
It's a family show.
Yeah, family show. Right, okay, here's Valentina. Look at her quads, look at the conditioning.
Triceps.
Yeah. Was it the Olympia she not messed up, but she wasn't really happy with her conditioning or her placing? Yeah, I think, right. No, I think it was a conditioning. I'm sure that she put a post up saying she missed a peak or she did something different and it didn't work. But let's look at this shot. Okay, you can just, yeah, she's awesome. I saw a post she put out saying that she doesn't do OnlyFans, she doesn't do booty shots or something, and I'm not like that. I'm not and I respect that, you know. Not that I'm judging people that do OnlyFans, you know. Thought about doing it myself, but my only fan, yeah, just me. Yeah, like Antoine Valant with the only fan. It's just, get a job, you dirty bastards. Right, okay, do you want to see that one, or?
I want to do some weights.
You want to see some weights? Oh, look, there she is with Kai Green. There, we see a connection now. Yeah. Oh, so they are friends. We did the protocol again. Everyone enjoyed. Thank you for crazy energy. Mr. Big Hamstring, Kai Green. I didn't sleep all night before. I was so excited. Yeah. Do you think Kyle will make a comeback? There's rumours. There are rumours that he's been asked to or requested to, or if Dan says so, right? Okay. Well, he kind of. I think Dan was instrumental in getting Kai Green back. Phil Heath back. Oksana Grashina. But he's 40. He's going to be 46.
I reckon he'll come back
6th place. Reckon? Yeah. So you don't want him to come back, and it'll kind of ruin the myth if he comes back and gets 6th or 8th or 10th. It's gonna. You know, it's not gonna. He's maybe just better off just leaving it, you know, and just continuing with his. His what? Sorry.
His own show.
His own pro show.
Yeah.
Did he have one in Italy? I'm sure he had one in Italy. I'm sure George Farrow did as well. Well, I know George Farrow did. Right, do you want to find another picture, Carlin, quickly? Sorry? Video, which one? You want to see a leg press? You want to see Valentina Machina leg pressing. Okay. How many plates you got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's a fair few there. It's more than I can do right now. It's more than I could do right now if I could even get to a gym.
Right, stop it. I'm getting jealous.
I know. We're struggling now without the gym, aren't we, mate? Well, I am. I feel awful, to be honest, without the gym. I'm really struggling. So, right, do you want to see one more, or is that enough?
One more.
Shit emoji. What's that? Shithead.
Poolside.
Which one?
Poolside.
Poolside. That one. Yeah, that's not a shot. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a lovely shot. She's got lovely aesthetic shape. She's a very, very, very good poser. Sorry?
I like it. It's just right.
What, the muscularity you mean?
Yeah. The shape.
Watch that wire, man. You've got a wire on your leg there. I don't want you pulling something out and the whole system crashing. Right, okay. Yeah, I think that's enough. That's plenty of Valentina, but yeah, fantastic competitor. She's won 2 pro shows. She's been second in 4 there, it says. Top 6 Olympia 2019. I'm sure she was around about 10th place at the 2020 Olympia. I might be wrong. But because I was expecting her to maybe be top 3, top 6. And yeah, but I'm sure she'll be back this year. Bigger, better, stronger. Okay, next shout out you're going to is, I've never heard of this guy. 3.1 followers. Sorry, million followers. Oh, actually, I'm getting bored of that joke now. So does your cringy face by the looks of it.
Yes.
Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy.
Who's that?
Wow, okay. This is a post he posted, I think, today. I mean, now obviously, since he's won the Olympia, all these kind of Chad Nichols and himself and Ramy himself are starting to post all the pictures that they withholding because they really kept him under wraps before the Olympia. They really wanted to keep this really, really top secret. So now it's time to show that I can get even better. We are working. I think the big question remains, can he nail that conditioning again? Because he's kind of hit it once, bang on, really bang on, this one time. So I think we're all hoping. I think now he's, oh, look at that. Holy shit. And this is probably the lightest he's been ever. 289 pounds he was reported to be at the 2020 Olympia. And finally, he got that leg separation and leg detail nailed. The waist was smaller than it has been for him. I still would like to see a little bit more pop and separation here, which I think he could probably work on for this year. But I mean, no one saw this coming. I think a lot of us had given up on him, not giving up on Ramy, but giving up on him being able to really nail it like this, to bring it all together, the posing, the tan, the separation, the conditioning, the size, the taper. I think we'd all kind of, we just maybe thought it wasn't going to happen, it's, and he was just going to be relegated to being a very, very good pro, but not Mr. Olympia material. So yeah, it was such a huge shock and a huge surprise. It was so cool to see him finally nail it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. His chest is up by his chin. It's incredible. I mean, the waist looks as small as it can be for a guy that size. I mean, the quads are just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. The thing is, that is what you call a death face. I mean, that's someone who's really suffering to get into condition. Yeah, so impressive. So impressive. Let's have a look at the side chest. I love his side chest. His side chest and his side tricep, I think, the best in the game right now. So, oh, look at that. Why do people say that he's got a weak readable bicep? I've heard that said,
What the hell is this?
Exactly. That is not a weak pose. It's just, there's no words. Yeah, most muscular. Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. Real fan favorite. And yes, I'm looking forward to see what he does as Mr. Olympia as well, to see if because we want to see him maximize his opportunities. Yeah, it was a really good story seeing with obviously everything Ramy went through last year. He was stuck in Dubai on his way to the Isle of Australia. He was stuck out there for a few months with the travel restrictions and away from his family, and had to, there was a lot of he had to overcome a lot last year. So it was really nice to see him, kind of finish the year with a real high and win the Mr Olympia. So yeah, what a storyline! What a storyline! Okay, we'll give our final shout out to I like this Instagram account. This is Lad Bible simplifying the world. I like this one. Okay, can we just show the look at this cat. Do you need volume just to hear it? Let's have a look. Hang on. It's simple things. Just watching a cat spinning a. Okay, right. And the reason I really want to show this one, because obviously it's Valentine's Day today. It's Sunday. We're filming this. This is. Watch it now. Watch what he does. Speeds up. Oh, you're in trouble, mate. You're in trouble. Okay. Now I realise this is very immature behaviour. Listen to this.
Switching it off and switching it on again.
Oh.
Linda, another drink.
Linda, do you want another drink? That's, look, calling my wife a different name.
Are you talking to me?
Who the is Linda? Who the is Alice? It's very annoying, isn't it? See, I find stuff like this funny. I know you do too, because you're laughing. So annoying. Right, we're gonna look at one more, and I'll go to another post, and then we'll call it a day. Why would you have that many locks on a door?
Challenge to test your strength.
Oh, I love this one. I'm gonna watch this one and then we'll leave it. Watch this. What do you think she's gonna do, Carleen? What do you think she's gonna do?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She says this is to test your strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, watch this. Watch this.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do the last thing.
Okay, do the last one. Oh, he's finding it funny.
Chlamydia shots.
Chlamydia shots.
Tablets, please. Libby Power, can you get the chlamydia tablets?
Should we see this one? Should we watch this one?
I reckon using olive oil as lube still okay. Babe?
Baby oil as lube. Okay, well, we'll get off this then. Right, okay.
That was fake, last one.
Was it fake?
She wearing gym outfit? You don't wear gym outfit.
What's this dog? What's this dog doing? Let's watch one more. Come on. I'm getting into this now. What's this dog doing? Wow, okay. That's a very clever dog. I'm not sure what to make of that one. Do you want to see one more, Colleen? You can sleep with elephants under the stars in a jungle bubble in Thailand. That's not funny. Okay, what's something funny to do? What do you want to see? Come on, one more, quick. You can get your ex's face printed on toilet roll for Valentine's Day. Right, okay, I'll need 300 rolls, please. One for each of them. Right, which one do you want to see? Video. Come on, you want to see a video? What about this one or?
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, click on that one.
Come on then. Right. What's this? Another baby anytime soon.
Gender reveal.
Oh, do we want to see this? Do you want to see this? Oh no! Oh! Ah, that kid's laughing. I like that. Right, okay. I don't want to know about Britney Spears. Thank you very much. I don't care. 10.4 million followers. Okay. Right, okay. Well, I just thought we'd finish with a bit of a fun one there. So, okay, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, we appreciate the support. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting MD Global Muscle. Your host, Giles Thomas. And we are out.